Come in, everybody. I am Cloudheart, your GM now and always on Cloudheart TV. And this is TABRA, Tale of the Metagamers, Session 17. And we're going to go ahead and get right into it. As we load into the loading screen. And we are currently on the road, leaving from, or we're in Theod. We haven't even left. Did you guys arrive in Vorken or not yet?
No, we went through Vorken, we stirred some shit up, and then we left and made our way back to,
No, because you never actually went there. You had a vision of being there.
Oh, no, there was the vision. We had a brief stay in Theod, and then we said, we stirred some shit, and then we continued on our way to Gazan.
Yes.
I think we're like 12 hours out of...
No. We arrived in Gazan because remember we did the temple restoration.
That's what I was trying to say. We're about 12 hours out of
the weird dream with the vampire.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, DM, there is a leftover Fabula point from last session apparently.
Okay. Considering everything that you guys have gone through, what do you mean leftover? Is it something you haven't spent or?
Like there was just a Fabula point in the counter.
Okay, I'll remove it.
In the XP counter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, hello everyone. I am the narrator of the session of the Tale of the Metagamers and everything that Arnvid, Arden, and Mon'ja have been getting up to. Welcome back to our series. Last time on the Tale of the Metagamers, the adventurers traveled through Theod and saw some of the darker underbelly of the religious reality of Theod and the Kingdom of Velt. Seeing in this deeply religious state a corruption that ran through as a through line to the faith. Though sternly opposed by one such as Maribel, the priestess of Ki, who still holds fast to the old ways. Having done a little bit of stirring up themselves and having sent some people to gather their resources, they traveled back to Gazan after destroying the griffin on the Lonely Mountain and heading down and running into a, strange peach orchard that was left just off the road heading down the hill. They returned with finding out that their fellow Second Life program member Nuckland and the alchemist Elda Ruel have returned with the supplies. Having gotten the permission from Maribel, they began the crafting process which would take another 12 hours to craft the new Temple of Ki. But as they did this and they rested for the night, they received a deep vision from none other than the Lord Duke of Vorken himself. Strangely enough, the Lord Duke did not seem openly hostile to them. In fact, inviting them. Though seemingly restrained in his own way. He invited them, warning them he could not protect them until they got to the gates of his very keep. Interesting. Let us see what the heroes do as they journey on in the Tale of the Metagamers.
The hero realizes he completely forgot about that dream and that conversation up to this point.
Yeah. And you guys find yourselves back in Gazan. It is 10 o'clock. Maribel has decided to turn in for the night. She is You guys are in the inn, the inn of the town of Gathen, and you are currently resting. Gellerhad is prepping drinks, and he is just kind of looking at all of you. Well, I can't imagine that you are possibly finished yet. Yeah, I know you adventurers like to throw them back. So, what else do you want to drink?
What time a day is it right now?
It's like 10 p.m.
Oh.
The temple will be rebuilt at like lunchtime tomorrow. It
Yeah.
will. To everyone's
That
surprise,
was midnight.
yeah.
It was midnight.
Oh, it was midnight.
It's midnight tonight. Yeah.
It's midnight tonight. You're right. My bad. Thank you for correcting me on that. It is going to appear in town just on that spot at midnight.
I thought no, it's outside of town because we're doing it at the
Ley line.
Spartan.
Yeah, like
Yep.
it's basically like just at the edge of the forest.
Yeah.
I have to modify my plan a little bit.
Okay.
Like, DM, remember my plan, the plan where it was like, well, I was going to commit a certain type of genocide.
Boy, what do I wish I did. Yeah, where you just threw like 10 million slimes at them. However you were getting these slimes.
Yeah, I need to modify my plan.
Okay.
Instead, I want to commit heresy. Not heresy.
That means
that's
nothing.
a troll. That means
you have to
nothing
know that means nothing to me.
I want to commit mischief of a sort. You see, I've decided I hate the town next to us more than I hate the vampires. Like, I don't know what it is, DM, but something about the sanctimonious bullshit about the new religion has ignited a special sort of hate in me I didn't know I had.
Fair enough.
So, what do I do with this? Like, I could
You could share with the class.
Huh?
You could share with the class your new worldviews so we can talk sense into you.
This, like... this is true. I haven't shared my idea with the others yet. This is a fact. What do I do? Like, so,
I kicked
cool.
off the clock. The clock is ticking.
Copy that.
You are just sitting at the bar. Gellerhad is mixing drinks, and he is he's just kind of looking at you like, "What do you guys want anything or not?"
No, not yet. If I need anything, I'll make it myself.
All right, he steps away from you. I'm glad that you release him from whatever this weird limbo of your conversation is.
I gather them, and I pull them to me because I have ideas. I gather my teammates because I need to share my idea with them, if only just so I have someone I can bounce this idea off of too.
All right. What's this plan of yours?
So, we have access to a ley line, and we have access to the power of blessing with the Holy Spirit, such as it is, correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
So
So, now, as you know, slimes, once they gather enough ether and mana in them, they divide, and they make more. They swell, divide, and make more, so on and so forth, in this ongoing process of mitosis. I was going to plant my holy slime on this ley line and begin a rapid multiplication process. Now, you must think, that's a terrible idea. How would this work out in your favor? Well, I would have the priestess, and plus me messing around with the slime, because I'm factoring in the fact that Mon'ja has encyclopedic knowledge of how slimes work. I would modify them so that they would seek out the darkness that comes from vampires, because I have those samples I got from you. And they would essentially become darkness-devouring holy slimes.
are you making the pigeon-guided missiles
Yes.
from World War II?
Yes!
I don't know how to feel about that.
You should feel excited.
I mean, I'm not exactly against that, other than the fact that we now know we can potentially save all those people.
Remember when he just said pigeon-guided missile?
Yeah.
So it's basically about the same outcome. Like,
So
no
doomed
one,
to failure, so it shouldn't be done. Got it.
like, here's the thing: there will be no survivors in this, as if they're a vampire. Like, yeah, it's like they would all be dead. Like, I don't know how passive or how neutral we feel about it, but
I'm supposed to be against this
you're
because
supposed
of
to
the
be
values
this.
of key.
Like, here's the thing.
Community and each person are supposed to be sacred. So if we have a chance to save them, we gotta at least try.
These are all fully converted vampires who have been vampires for who knows how long. I'm not saying you don't have a hill to die on you. But I am saying that the deck isn't stacked towards us.
True.
The problem is, like I said, if it wasn't for the fact that we learned that we got at least a chance of saving them, it might be like, go for it. Sounds like a good idea. Except I probably want to be at least a mile or so away when you release them.
Yeah, here's the thing about that. I would make my slime sort of the lead slime, and I would be leading this adorably gelatinous army.
I would still want to be about a mile away so that they don't. I've got my thing.
No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'll designate you as a friendly.
Okay.
Are you sure you can do that with thousands upon thousands replicating at the source? Where we can't get back to it if something goes wrong and they'll seek out all darkness?
You think I've thought that far ahead? That is adorable.
Oh right, it's you.
It's me. Like, I haven't thought that far ahead, and I wasn't going to think that far ahead. I'm thinking, oh, I have the power to do some real mischief here.
Oof, no, now we're talking variation of the gray ooze calamity.
Hey,
Holy ooze
PM,
calamity.
I have a question. Is there a god that represents mischief?
Make me a double insight check and open check.
Copy that. Like, hold on, character sheet's being weird. Let's see. Open check, you said?
Yeah.
Insight. Any mods towards it, or just flat check?
You grew up on a river that traveled up and down, mostly in... It was a merchant thing, so
Yep.
plus 2.
14.
14. What do I want to say that ends you up on?
Don't do it, whack.
Enough that you will definitely know, like, someone having had a in-depth conversation with you one night. Not, like, super crazy like you studied, but, like, this was one conversation that sticks out in your mind in your past. So... There are 3 deities of the savage races that you can recall, and you remember having a conversation with. They're not welcome, and it's not immediately apparent to an outsider. It is apparent to a beastfolk that a kobold is not a dog folk. Though people say that they are, and the kobolds insist that they are, or the kobolds insist they are something different. The dog folk insist that they are related. There's a lot of argument about what they is if you go into specifics. But you remember hosting a kobold, and there's a lot of reasons why people are hesitant to host a kobold in beastfolk places. Not the first fact that it is ancestry remembered that they were kicked out for some reason. The reason has been lost to most people. but they have been culturally ejected as exiles, right? And they know that they're unwelcome. You remember having a beast folk on your boat one time as a guest? But the main reason that they're not welcome is that they look like they have mange. Like they look like they're like a sickly dog folk with like spots of their fur like missing and like lesions or like something wrong on their skin and their fur, right? Like they look like hyenas, but like missing spots of fur, right?
Right.
But what you do recall is him having a conversation with you, and or specifically with your uncle, and kind of getting into it. At some point, kind of really, really kind of getting a little bit too far into it about like the specific deities and like the actual interpretation of his deity, the kobold deity, which you can't remember, but he later kind of like throws himself into this conversation about no, they're not all tricksters and unreliable. And this is when you kind of leaned in. Like the goblin deity is one of you could say trickster. Like he talked to you and you can't remember the name of the deity of the kobolds. You actually kind of put it out of mind. But the goblin deity is like the first of the dead months, the 10th month. His name is it's supposedly the month of Grak.
Month of Grak.
Yeah. And it kind of gives you this feeling that like, well, Grak's kind of idea and belief behind him is that like you need to be the way your uncle called him was he's the goblin god of poison and backstabbing. And like the kobold wasn't explicitly super educated about it, but like he kind of like detailed like, no, I have friends who are kobolds, or like I have coworkers who are kobolds. He's like he's the god of like power in numbers and like loyalty and like clever survival. And he says some humans mistake that for tricksters and trickery and outwitting. Goblins pass down stories of Grak outwitting other gods and devils to protect his kin. So like the closest there is to a deity of trickery is Grak. The goblin god of you're not exactly sure what. Apparently, like, jury's out on that depending on who you're asking.
Not even the goblins know.
No, the goblins know. The kobold you were asking, his name was Karjak. Karjak basically was very much like knowing that like your uncle would basically be like impugning the character of the goblins, and he was like, no, the goblins aren't like that. The goblins aren't just backstabbing and poisoners. Like, but you didn't get a really super clear answer from him either. What the goblins worship or why they worship.
It's kind of like, we know, but you know, you're not goblins, so why tell you?
Yeah.
That honestly tracks to a certain degree.
But what you do know is that Grak is, depending on the land, worshipped as like essentially like a god of cleverness.
You know, I think I like that. I think I really like that. Oh no, I am going to co-op this now. You have messed up.
Fair enough.
I think it's just like, you know, being a young kid, like, Mon'ja's like, you know, I like that. And what kid isn't mischievous in their own right? So he's just always, not say a follower, but someone who's just like, definitely who's been called, like, you got the spirit of this god in you. You know, it's like you keep making that mischief for him. Kind of like, you ever just, like, how a child's like, got the devil's mischief in him.
Yeah, it's very much like people insinuated after this conversation that like Oh yeah, I have a boy like that. Like,
Yeah.
I have a nephew like that. You calling you a goblin may have been in any other family where you didn't know that they meant well, like an actual grievous insult, but yeah, for them it was, they were saying something with it.
Yeah. It's like, with that knowledge in mind, it's just like, you just see like, I'm gonna commit mischief. So much mischief. But still, like, here's the thing. Now, my plan is gonna have to change now, because it's like, I don't want to kill all these people, but, like, let's be fair, our interactions so far with vampires have not been, positive.
Honestly, we have not interacted with vampires.
I point out our wrestler.
Yeah.
Actually,
was never a vampire.
You're 2 months away from Grok. You're 2 months away from the dead months of the year, which are called the months of Mobog, or the dead months. So like you're pretty close to like that part of the year where like they kind of like there's like there's a mythological story, like a world understanding story where they explain that like these months are given over to the savage races, and the savage races the spirits of the savage races and their gods like the savage the land, which is why everything dies. You being from another world kind of have your take on why they say that, but yeah.
Yeah. I like to think it's because it's the winter months and, like, things don't grow. It's the time of darkness.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like the savage races because there is, like, this constant rumor or suspicion that they are the way they are because of the Demon King, like, several thousands of years ago. But, like, there's, like, constant rumors and constant hearsay and constant talk about them. Like, poor-mouthing about them.
Yeah. In that way, because, that's just how things are. That's the times, as one would say.
That is the spirit of the time, yes. But, like, to go back to your original point and to draw you back to the original point, no, all you know is that, like, the only deity you know of a deity of trickery is, like, Grak, the goblin god. So, like, yeah, you could do this in his name if you would.
I'm not gonna. No, that's because that's gonna taint the whole ritual. No, like, but that's just something for me to mess with later.
Yeah. Gellerhead like looks up and he's really curious, and about the moment that you have your insight, someone slams open the door, and she just looks at you with these like bright green eyes. And her black hair, and it's the same girl that you are getting sick of seeing. It's Elder Ruel's kid, Clea.
Oh, come on!
What did you do?
What do you mean, what I do?
She walks up and grabs you by the collar and, like, bends you backwards over onto the counter. What did you do with my mom and this random that's in my house?
Oh, that! So, that wasn't really a me. I needed them both to run an errand, and that's kind of how things went. Like, I needed them both because she was a professional and he's a wizard. Both are respected in their particular professions. So it made sense to have them go run this errand.
They were gone all day yesterday and half of today. They get back today, and they have been talking for 6 hours. And she still hasn't let up. She's still like leaning over you, looking down at you over this counter, and like she has no concern that there's a giant man to her left that could pull her off of you, or like the bunny. And she's just like,
yeah, but they're not gonna do this. They're just gonna amuse them.
It's called having a real relationship instead of the crush situation you're doing.
He's going to be staying at my house.
Say hello to your new stepfather.
That's not funny. Oh. That's not funny. And I just want to reiterate to you, this is again your fault because you're not denying it. You're not denying that you had some hand in this.
No, like, well, we sent them on the same job. That was really it. No, honestly, like, you could ask Mirabelle. She'll confirm it.
I got a better idea. Ask her if she's happy.
Like, it's a teenager. Since when are teenagers
No. Her mom. Have her ask her mom, are you happy?
Once again, you're dealing with
when
a teenager.
do teenagers care about that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I'm planning a grenade thing. This is going to be something that's going to blow up in 20 years and give her an existential crisis.
It is 10:30 p.m.
Yep.
If he stays any longer at my house, there will be a problem. Come on,
Yes.
come by and make do nonsense like you guys always do and get him out of my house.
No.
I got a better idea.
This is part of what I wanted.
I got a better idea. Pay very close attention and listen for the sound of bed springs. That'll drive you right out of the house.
Look here. Like I have an even better solution. This is what you do. You know the boy you like.
I'm listening.
You go talk to the girl, and you talk to the boy, and be like, "Sharesies."
This isn't related. You have made a second problem for me.
No, I didn't.
Congratulations.
Here's
this
the
is
thing.
life.
Like, your mom's a full-grown woman. I don't know how to tell you this, which means she's fully capable of making her own decisions.
And I have made her decision for her for the last several months, making it more and more difficult for that man to find whatever bottle was in our rice paddy.
Uh-huh.
And you'd suddenly decide, yes. My mom set it out there, hoping that eventually he'd find it, they'd have a conversation, and I have been moving that bottle every night so he can't find it.
Well, here's the thing.
Oh, thank you very much for that blackmail.
Yeah, you really helped us out, thank you.
Truly, thank you.
Like, you have no idea the debt you helped with us. Wow.
I am the daughter of the most powerful alchemist of the...
Yes, you are not the most powerful alchemist.
Mm-hmm. And more importantly, she likes us right now.
Not in the same way as she likes him, but yeah.
Yeah.
Her techniques survived the War of Black Blood. And I will remember this. Help me out now, please. This man is a slob.
Okay, cool. Here's what you do. Like, you take your mom to the side, and you just explain your feelings. That's the first step. Because first and foremost, you are her daughter, and she will always can take your opinions over this man's. So, did you talk to her about this first?
No.
So you just decided to, on a whim, come and threaten me versus talking to the person that you should be talking to. Your mother.
It's getting really weird in my house, man. Please just help or not.
Okay, so, like, that's the best way to do it. I shit you not. Like, us interfering would only make it worse. And that's not a joke. Like, look, take it from a guy who had a step-parent. Like, having a third party interfere makes it worse because they'll be like, they're not going to take you seriously. So what you gotta do is you gotta talk to your mom, explain your feelings to her about it, and she will get it. And she will take your opinions to heart. Like, DM, can I make a willpower roll against
Yeah, go
this?
ahead. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to because this girl is like staring you down, refusing to accept this answer, and like actively contemplating more stupid solutions because she's a hormonal teenager in this world, which is a really bad thing.
Hey guys, do you want to make it a group check?
Yes.
Honestly, a kid this emotional about something like this in a world like this check is going to be, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's going to be like a very hard check. It's going to be a 16.
Okay, cool. I'm using D6 as DM.
Yeah.
You want me to try and take over somehow?
No. I'm digging this hole.
Oh, you want to crit?
I'm digging this hole. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna crit. I'm not. If I crit, it's gonna be amazing. But I'm not gonna crit. Let's go.
You can Fabula points as well. Try and get that extra XP.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm gonna be going with this. All right, let's go. It's a 16 Like, I think only you have the chance. Oh, fuck. You guys want to push those?
Whoa, that's from the icon. That's not
Yeah,
us.
I did that. Yeah.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Oh, my hopes were up so high.
Who rolled
Well,
the...
you made the... You royally screwed that up. You made the party's check to help you at 16. That's supposed to be a 10.
Oh, my bad. Let me cancel that and redo it. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, in my head, I didn't... In my head, I thought it was all supposed to be the D.
Plus, it wasn't rolling our stuff.
Alright, there we go.
It's D10s.
I'm making sure my stuff is correct. Yes, I can see my bond now.
I can't. I'm not seeing my bonds. I'm doing the.
It's still using the overlap map icon.
Yeah.
You have to
Because
click off
you
the
don't have
icon,
your token. You
drag
don't have
off
your
it.
token. Yeah, you don't have your token on the screen.
Yeah, it's gonna
So-
work.
so-
So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, DM,
I'd like to-
you want to swap over to the town?
Yeah, I'll swap over to the town. Give me 1 second.
And that should help us out a little bit.
Could I try?
Well, not
and
really, because we're
re-roll
rolling low.
using my origin of USA. We have slightly better psychologists and a slightly better understanding of what people go through because of sex ed.
Honestly, yeah. Well, I'll give you +2s all around.
Okay.
Oh, I was just
so-
asking for a re-roll, but I'll take that too.
Well, it was rolling the wrong dice. We're rolling D12s.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I was rolling the right dice on that one. That's
Well, power
failed.
10.
+2 is a success.
Yeah. So that's a success, so that we can add a +1 to that on the end.
Plus one from-
mine's-
plus one from
Okay, there it
Arnvid.
goes. Now it's showing up the right thing. Hold on. Let me do that and see if I.
It is one dark night. If I can find an image for the tavern that you're in, I'll move you there.
Do you want to push one, Arnvid, or you want to just let it lie?
I'll push.
And
Alright, so we got 2 successes. And I gotta have a +2 on top of that. Okay. Alright, 2 successes, roll it. So that is a 13? 14, right? No, let's
That's,
see. I have a +2 on top of that, making it a 12, and plus the 2 successes.
13. It'd be
13.
It's 11. So, it'd
So-
be 13 plus 2 successes would be 17. Plus 2 if we
all right,
succeed,
for,
right?
for us to +2 from both of you guys succeeding.
Oh,
That
okay.
means-
So it's not plus 2 each. It's plus 1 each. Okay.
yeah, +1 each from both of you. So that's
Oh.
that's a 13 plus the 2. He can push with a bond if he wants to and succeed.
I'm gonna push with a bond.
What connection can you possibly make that will be so significant that you think will push this 16-year-old woman into listening to probably the most reasonable advice in a really unreasonable state, like a teenager and having a raging hormonal teenager and having a reasonable conversation with her mother about a guy she doesn't want in the house.
Okay. So, well, once again, I look at them and I look at them for emotional support. And this is what I'm doing. I'm looking at Arden for emotional support because he is offering me a brief respite of calm by being a cute, adorable bunny. It's just like I look at him in a panic. It's like, aw. And it lets me and then I look back at her. It's like, and I reframe my preference. Like, look, my dear. I know. Like, tell you what. Do you want an emotional support animal? And I hold up Arden.
Hey.
I just imagine you being held up like fucking like the fucking fox from Zootopia. Hey.
Would you let me do that?
With this cheesy grin? Yeah. And
No,
she
that was not a grin. That was a what the fuck are you doing?
I just grab Arden and I lift him up. Emotional support animal.
She leaned back. Is every group of adventurers like you?
Yes.
No,
Oh,
Like, don't
usually
even
we're-
hesitate. Just says yes.
typically they're worse.
Here's the thing. The thing about adventurers most of the time is that we're well-meaning in purpose, not so much in execution.
everything you have done in this town has been beneficially haphazard at best.
Yeah, like once again, in purpose, and we are, you know.
She turns to the only one she knows has any degree of willpower to resist negative things, and she looks at Arnvid, and she looks at you for confirmation on whether this is a good idea or not. She's looking to you because you're the local town hero and weirdo, because like, you know, a lot of people are still talking about the weird thing that happened in the bar. But like, she's looking at you. Yeah, it's the incident that no one wants to describe very much. But she's looking at you and she's just like, she gives you a look up and down. She gives you like toe to head check, and she's like, kind of shrugs her shoulders and is like looking at you, like with this stuffy 16-year-old teenager, like best alchemist can approximate goth, like in like dark greens and stuff outfit.
This is some of the best advice you're going to get in your life here. Talk with your family. Air out your grievances.
It's better than making itching guess for the house. Alright. And she walks back.
And that would probably get you in trouble.
Like, as soon as she turns her back, like, Mon'ja holds his arms up in victory, like, yes!
Stop trying to help my family. And like, she lets you go and then leaves.
Yeah, we gotta set her up with a date. Are there any
if she
good people
threatens you
in town?
again like that, I'm probably gonna stab her.
No, don't do it, it's gonna get funnier.
She lets you go, walks out, slams the bar door, and like Gellerhat is just laughing to himself, chuckling. Like this kind of chunky, like you would think he's a barbarian because he's almost bigger built than you are, Arnvid, but he's shorter of a man. He's like thicker set in his arms, and he's just laughing to himself under his like bushy survivalist beard, and he's just like chuckling and shrugging his head.
She's lucky. We usually charge 100 zenit for that advice.
Oh, really?
Like, it can get so much worse.
Where were you in my divorce?
I can make it worse.
Gotta know.
You'll be fine.
Rooms aren't free, and this bar is usually open for paying customers. So are you buying something yet?
Are we buying something?
Yeah, we bought dinner.
Yeah, we bought dinner.
Dinner was 30 minutes ago, guys. I've cleaned up. I've already cleaned up your plates. You're like, you're snails pacing the drinks.
We're having a discussion.
I look around. I don't exactly see people waiting for tables. I don't think it matters.
No. And he scrubs a little more, like angrier the cup he's got, sets it down, and just kind of throws the rag over his back and like back. So what's next for the not angry, it's just trying to make a coin. And make sure that you do realize why people treat you like this in other towns, right?
No.
You're the main source of economy for most towns. You're not spending money like you should be.
I'm sorry, but we're also kind of poor.
That's not my problem.
You're...
Well, technically it is your problem if you want us to spend money.
Like, you haven't even offered me a special of the day.
Do you want the special of the day? And he like sets down a menu. It's basically a local fish that you've never heard of in your life.
How much?
20 gold.
That's... He stops and he holds his... Wait, hold on. Thinks about it. Local fish. What's it seasoned with? And don't just say salt.
It's not seasoned with anything. You don't have to season this one.
Okay, I'll try it.
He goes in, like you reread this menu several times, and like you can't believe what he's about to bring you is like the walking rainbow is what it's called. And like what you're looking at is a picture of a fish that has feet, or at least something like feet. It's a twin-tailed iridescent fish. And like obviously it doesn't have the scale, but like he sets it down with like the little dangling appendages that just are offsetting to you because it's not normal to your world. And it's like just a clean fillet of the fish, and he's like, surprised you've never had this before. And,
well, I'm not. Seafood isn't unusual to me, but this is a new take on it. I'm getting Cusco special on this. You getting a Cusco special on this, guys?
It's served with something akin to the rice that they have in this town. Which again, though, even the rice is weird. The rice is like comes out like a taro blue or purple in this town.
Like, I would say Mon'ja's familiar enough with things like the rice. It's like, okay, that's not a new to it, but still, like, what in the Gyarados?
He looks at you, Bunny, and where are you from exactly?
I'm from the Great Rivers. I just point in the direction of the jungle.
You don't have funny fish in the river?
Oh, we have lots of funny fish, but this is the first time I've encountered one with additional feet.
Well, I mean, you know the reason people don't usually order the special unless they need to be doing work late at night or something, or unless they've got poor lighting in the house. But I mean, it's up to you. It's not exactly.
I mean, this is fine. It's fine. I'm gonna and Mon'ja just tucks into it because no matter what, he is a cook at heart, and he no matter what it looks like, he has to try it.
There is a thing that you would know, having lived on essentially a merchant/restaurant ship your most of your life.
Yeah.
That like your Earth memories are being more dominant right now, and like make it free roll with a +4 or insight, like an open check.
Ready? Open check, insight, +4. Rolling that 17, pretty good.
Yeah, you aren't supposed, like, your Earth memories dominated your personality right there for a minute, and they do mostly nowadays. And you remember, like, oh, you weren't supposed to ask for the specialty of the house unless you're doing something special. Specialties of the house on this world, like, are like alchemical or magical dishes, which isn't what you do all the time, but like, a specialty of the house is like something related to like special work or a special purpose, and like. You look back at the menu, and this is like it's also called the flashing fish, the rainbow fish, and the funny fish is actually one of the names under the walking rainbow. And it doesn't clarify what the effect of this dish is, or what it tastes like.
Fuck it, we ball.
I do I system identify.
I mean, yeah, we are doing something special. I mean, we're renovating the chapel.
Yeah, I heard a couple of people come in and tell me about like something happened with the chapel. What did y'all do? I just disappeared. Like Rearbrand was, yeah, when he woke up, at least he was kind of well, the priest ain't supposed to cuss like that. Anyway.
I mean, we're not really doing, like, there is a ritual being invoked right now. And we're trying to see if it works correctly.
You aren't sure if
it works? Like, if it works correctly, it will do amazing things for the chapel.
Alright.
Like, and that's really about what we're going with.
The system responds to your request, Arden, and well, one of your favorite friends appears. Arden, go.
Yeah, I was trying to invoke identify on the dish. See if the system would give me what the effects are going to be.
Okay, let me look through here. I don't have like a. Do you want to know like info as a creature or info as a dish or like
as a dish?
Okay, this is the complex. I'm not. Give me a second. I have to go run this by one of the
I thought that's what identified did. It identified stuff,
yeah,
right?
No, it does. But this is this is a long printout, Arden. Like I don't recognize chemical chains off ramp. That's not my department. I have to go and just speak to one of the elemental.
He steps out for like a minute or two, comes back and he says,
"How do you like a candy flavor profile to your fish?"
I'm not the one eating it. I just want to know what the effect is because it's supposedly it's magical or something.
Yes. I mean, it's definitely coming to be an interesting taste for Earth. What the elemental guy explained it to me. So a lot of these chains are like saccharine chains, so it's very sweet. He said it resembles a candy they have on Earth. Again, not from your mostly I deal with red soup. Do you guys know what a Sour Patch Kid is?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I am so getting this as well.
Huh? And you just see like you see Mon'ja tearing into just like guys, it's Sour Patch.
Okay, but what's the magical effect?
Oh, I forgot what you were calling it. Well, in essence, you will be more agreeable for the next hour, but for the rest of the day, after you pass by that moment, you will be able to summon up a little ball of light anywhere you want on your person. That sheds light in about a 10-foot radius. In your color, your decision of color.
Well, that's amusing.
I think
The fish is already having an effect. Which isn't a perfect time to ask. Guys, would you mind not trying to break things while you're down there?
Hold on, my double order's still coming through.
Yeah, I haven't eaten any yet, so...
He asked Mon'ja that specifically, and Mon'ja, you need to make me a willpower roll to beat a 15.
I'm not making that with 2d6s, man.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll that.
Crit.
Fish for the crit.
Nope.
And for the next
sure.
hour, like,
wait, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try and do this. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna invoke my background as a DM. It's like I want to re-roll that too, just to see if I can get a crit.
Okay, go ahead.
Nope.
For the next hour, you find yourself, in spite of everything that has ever existed inside of your spirit, Mon'ja, you find yourself oddly compliant to the suggestion that Juniper has given, and you're like, yeah, that's no problem, Juniper. Like, I won't cause any trouble. And he's like, thank you, Mon'ja. Could you please pass that along with the other guys whenever they get their plates and they have a couple bites?
Yeah, just nods. Like, DM, while I'm doing that, could I begin just like mentally breaking this down in his head? It's like, okay, I'm tasting this flavor, I'm tasting that flavor. Like, I'm trying, like, what are the odds of me getting a recipe on this?
This is not so much a recipe as just a pure quality of the food. Like you could make imitations of this using sugar and other things that kind of go into like an analogs on this world for things that go into a Sour Patch Kid, for like citric acids, like a sweet base, like a kind of different flavor base for each different color of the Sour Patch Kid, but like with like a sugared candy frosting, but like the texture is lost, and this is more of like sweet meat kind of dish, but with like a not sickly or like gone bad sour, but like a candied sour taste to it. Gellerhat is looking at all of you weird that he told you, like, you mentioned what the flavor of this was, and then you both ordered a plate, and he's just, you lot really are weird. And like he brings out two more of these like dishes, like no one eats these in town.
And why do you make so many of them?
They're just a specialty of the house.
They just show up?
I mean, we have some on stock in case people order them, but we keep them on ice.
Hey,
I wonder if they taste better fresh. Mon'ja, we should definitely look into that.
I mean, I've heard they're juicier, than fresh.
Ooh. Gusher Sour Patch Candy?
I don't know. Like, we're still dealing with fish here. That does feel kind of...
After you get your plates, he suggests, would you guys like a drink? Specifically these drinks? And, like, he shows you something on the menu. And, like, he shows you, like, a medium-priced lager. And, like, it's like, about 3 gold, 3 zenit per, 30 zenit for each of you. And he's like,
no.
Well, you will have to make me another willpower check at like a 10.
You monster!
So will
willpower
you
check at a 10?
Yeah, all 3 of you. Because you're agreeable right now because of this meal, which is part of the reason most people don't buy this.
How did I barely beat that? Come on. I have D10.
That's gonna be 2 loggers. Thank you guys. And like, if you could just there, thank you. And he like hands it. He grabs the gold and brings you out 2 nice sized. They're good loggers. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the beer, and it's a pleasant beer. But it's the fact that like he had no compunction knowing that you ate this meal and like basically tried to get a little bit of money out of it.
I smile at him. I turn to Arnvid. Arnvid, could you please do me the favor and punch him for taking advantage of us?
Is that
Metagaming!
DM?
What?
Is that a roll to resist, DM?
Yeah, it's a roll to resist. It's another roll.
I'm going to
D10 roll.
intentionally fail.
Yeah. Now you
So
should.
you do get an opportunity, but I do get a Fabula point.
Okay, I get an opportunity, and that's fine by me. And you get a Fabula point.
Alright. I'm aiming for a body shot.
He looks back and
what
he's like,
little pretty face you got left.
Fair enough. And like he's actually very impressed that you detected what's going on in this meal so quickly. Most people.
He doesn't know that we had somebody tell us what this meal does.
Yeah. He's rather impressed that you could detect so quickly, and he's like, fair enough. And like he just kind of leaned in, and you hit him however hard you want to hit it.
That's a 6 to hit. Maybe a love tap to the solar plexus.
Yeah, and like he definitely doubled over and holds his chest for a minute. But he's a thicker kind of meaty bartender, and like he's about as healthy looking as Arnvid, and he kind of doubled over for a minute. And, fair enough. It was kind of cheap. You shouldn't always eat whatever's on the specialty of the house. I should have told you the effect, guys. These if you can get past the first hour, this is like decent if you're going into a cave or you're working all night or something. But I mean, it's kind of useless beyond that. It's usually used as like a diplomatic meal here in town. Like people will both eat this meal as a sign of trust.
Please tell me you don't serve this on in date meals.
No, never.
Okay, good.
This is more
Otherwise,
like
I might have to politely ask my friend to punch you again.
This is more like a negotiation meal between business partners.
Okay.
Is there any way to turn this into a fish jerky?
I don't know how I feel about that.
Hey, salted jerky, it will keep the taste.
Yeah, but the salting would make... this isn't like a caramel flavor. Adding salt to it wouldn't be good. You'd have to, like, fry it slowly.
Smoked?
Again, the smoking profile wouldn't be good. It'd be like... I'm thinking more like, you know, ancient Indian, drying racks kind of thing.
I mean, we don't generally do anything with this dish, besides what it does. We just kind of have this effect. Nobody really knows why this fish does this.
I mean, it's just how things go.
Yeah, it just everyone knows that the fish does this. It's kind of a funny prank to pull on somebody who comes into town who's new, or it's funny to slip into a friend and tell them to go like apply some makeup or something. I don't know. Just depends on whatever you want.
I hook a thumb over to Mon'ja. He does that for free.
I do.
Yeah. Do you guys want your gold back? It was kind of a jerk move, and like he kind of like offers to give you the gold back, and like the drinks are on him.
Keep it. Whatever.
Just heads up.
This is a taste of home.
Yeah. Surprised that you wouldn't know that, seeing as you used to be a chef. But like, yeah, especially the house is always special, for sure.
I mean,
all the food he makes is special though, so it doesn't really matter that much.
Well, we never really served magical grade food at home, back at the restaurant. We kept it to usually what we fished up out the river, and that was never really anything crazy.
I thought they had all those special like magical fruits in the jungle.
I mean, yeah, but we water them down. Like, if we try and serve them, like, fresh off, like, the effects would... Well, who knows what the effects would be?
I always thought you guys just could eat them naturally. Never mind.
That's just a generalization. Don't get me wrong. Like, I have uncles and aunts who are older who've just been doing it for so long that they can do it, but there's a cost to be paid later. Like, if we get a tourist or someone like that who's like, oh, I bet you can't do this, we'll call one of them up to show them what for to win the bet. But again, there's a cost to be paid later. You never get away free from raw magic like that.
Well, as a ritual, you guys have confidence in gonna fix our temple? Because, kind of got rid of our old one. And
don't worry, it's gonna get fixed.
If Theod finds out about it, they definitely will not hesitate to replace Maribel and Rearbrand, and we kind of like them.
Yeah, don't worry, they're not gonna find out. Besides, if they do find out, I'll declare war.
Him declaring war will be bad for everybody. Please, don't let him find out.
You can speak to me whenever you need your places to stay for the night. Guys, I gotta go handle the table they're leaving. It's the table of the Mages Guild. Everybody's turning in for the night to go back to work tomorrow. Like he goes and walks over to the table where there's all a bunch of like blue-robed individuals, like in their standard blue robes. He's just clearing a table, wiping down everything, like gathering like tips from them, and just kind of like nodding, you know, shaking hand. A few of the people are kind of like he's helping them walk out until someone else can balance them at the door.
But still, like, and once he walks away, it's just, or at least like it looks like they can get back to the conversation. Like, here's the thing, I can still do it, but maybe we can tweak it a bit. Like
remove the suggestibility part?
Not so much the suggestibility part. Maybe change up the target, because let's say we can bind an esoteric thing to it, like, oh, I don't know, religious hypocrisy, zealotry.
You want to
flood
flood
that? How do I word this? Are you sure what you're doing with this food?
Oh no, I have no assurances at all. I'm very much thinking and making this up as I go along. Like, I have a bone to pick.
Speaking of bones to pick, I think someone walks up to you who you have not met before in town. And he just kind of sits down and he like brings his mug with him, and his mug looks different than every other mug in here, but it looks like it belongs to the restaurant. Like it's a special mug, and it's got a little like little animal like stamped into the side, like with a wooden burner or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of sits down. Hello, hey, everybody.
I eyeball him. I'm like, and you are?
Just hoping to have a partner to drinking tonight. Just go with filling up.
Didn't answer the question.
Are you this rude to everyone that you meet?
Yes.
I don't like. Yes, I am. No, actually, it's you. You came and sat down next to me. I don't know you.
I don't know a lot of people who come into my town, but I generally am kind to them. You look him up and down and back off, and like he doesn't look that impressive, and he's like, "Hi, I'm James Wellwind."
Does that name mean anything to me?
It reminds you of another name, but only in passing, of like something related to the Clea and Tiffany and that other random kid.
Clea, Tiffany. Like, whose parents are you?
Depends on who you're asking. I have a couple boys, but you're probably asking about my son, Bruce.
Oh, the boy. The boy.
Yes, well, he is rather well known around town. That's actually why I'm being kind to you after like an unfair meeting. I was coming to suss things out, and I had hopes of us coming to a amicable conclusion, seeing how you've done some alterations around town without getting any paperwork.
Paperwork. That's adorable. And he just
what's paperwork?
Mon'ja just giggles. Paperwork.
What I have to do when people randomly get rid of my buildings in my town.
I didn't randomly get rid of it. I'm just relocating it to a better location.
And repurposing it. Or repurposing the materials.
Like, here's the thing. Do you like the shitty religious town up the road?
Are you really asking me to give a statement? Considering
I'm asking you for an opinion.
It's actually refreshing that you have no idea who I am.
I'm gonna guess the mayor.
You would be correct, yes. I am the mayor of Gazan. I am Mayor Wellwind.
Hi. Well, here's the thing, sir. We're just passing through. Like, kinda, sorta, a little bit. We're just passing through.
About a week is a little bit long for passing through.
Well, you know, we have a lot on our plate.
So do I, because ever since you've come into town, I've had 17 reports of a public disturbance in this bar from that individual, and he points to Arnvid. I've had reports of a new ley line open, which is great business, great for town.
Yes.
I've had the Mages Guild reported productivity doubling on El Ruel's farm, which has been consistently the lowest producing farm in the town. Couple of other things, some goods, some bads. I heard that the bandits just south of the road are dealt with, and I know that that's y'all because I inquired at the Adventuring Guild, so I'm not entirely hostile in this negotiation, but you may want to consider being nicer to people you haven't yet to meet.
I have an ongoing history with people who suddenly come up to me wanting to be violent towards me.
If an issue recurs, one usually it has a part in the fact that it recurs.
Oh, I'm not going to deny that fact at all. I know for a fact I have a fault.
I don't usually. He pops open a little watch that had like the symbol of like 3 like sheafs of wheat tied together with a ribbon, and he closes the watch. It's the same symbol that's on the side of his cup. Apparently his cup is special. It's got his like his family's insignia like burned into it, and like it stays here at the bar. I don't usually tie one off till about 1 o'clock because I'm usually busy in the corner working. And he points to a corner you honestly hadn't swore you hadn't seen. It's like a nook that like cuts off to the side of it, and you thought you assumed that fabric was the wall, and now you see that it's actually fabric that like slides left and right. Like, huh. That must be his like nook that he keeps in this bar. Now, my son has a lot to say about some random heroes of nondescript status, because his new friend, his little lady pal, is want to tell him of someone who helped them with their issue. I even heard that you took on a job for the Griffin. How did that go?
Oh, it's dead.
Good, congratulations. Might want to turn that in for someone else that claims they did it in your stead.
It's on the list, but we got in and I automatically launched into dealing with the whole like chapel situation because I wanted that done sooner than later.
Good. Right back down to the issue at hand. Removal, relocation, and general modification of any buildings in town, especially of a really innocent sort, is a lot of paperwork. It's, especially considering that building has been lobbied for some time by Theod, and I have tried to be kind to Maribel and Rearbrand, ignored those requests for some time, and then you suddenly move the building from existence.
So, like, okay, so hear me out and back me up, guys. We have a ritual that we discovered in old ancient ruins. The Elven ruins, what was it, southeast of us here? Southwest.
Yep. Somewhere around there.
And we found, and it was a ritual to more or less renovate, improve the current chapel, and we're setting it up on the new ley line, and it's going to be dedicated to the gods.
Oh, over table, we're not dedicating it to anybody because that'll mess up the mana stuff.
Like, here's the thing, it's a chapel, he's just saying he's dedicating it to the gods.
Yeah, it's just the gods in general. We're not... That was okay.
So, all in all, that's the plan.
Alright, well... It's not going in the same location, is it?
It's going on the ley line.
Kind of precludes other options I had considered previous to that and was already in city planning, but...
Here's the thing. This is gonna sound rude. It's not intended to be rude, but if it wasn't for us, we wouldn't that ley line wouldn't be there. And I'm not suggesting we have ownership, but I am saying that we put it there, and I wanted to I wanted to put the chapel there because with that whole situation out in Volkung, I want as much help as possible, and I figure do a favor for the gods, and I'll get a favor in return.
Don't think you could put the gods in your pocket, boy, but,
That's not... I'm not putting them in my pocket. No. I firmly believe in you scratch my back, I scratch yours, and who doesn't want a miracle in the worst of times when you're surrounded by vampires?
I had heard you taking on that job, and that's why I'm not trying to be a problem. It's just... I'm going to get questions about why we randomly relocated the building, so if you could...
They're not going to know, because... Well, the relocation is going to be questioned, but just simply say adventurers did it, because that's just what adventurers do.
I still have to keep some manner of, decorum, and I have to be a man of integrity, so...
Couldn't the guild write out a quest, and we fulfill it?
The guild keeps the privacy of its members because it is, owing to the fact that it is technically a government institution and it operates with some degree of integrity. They will not divulge your names. Will you, under request from me as a government authority, give me your names?
Sure. Mon'ja.
Arnvid Liefson.
That's all that the odd's going to ask when they come around looking for who did this. Keep in mind that
I have an idea. Give me a moment. I gotta check something.
Of course.
I open up the crafting menu quietly.
You start. Yeah. I like to believe you just pulled open your bag and you're digging through that.
Yeah, while you're like talking into the bag, like a little menu
just
pops
quietly,
up.
like under my breath, as I'm looking for something.
It pops up just the right size and like illuminates the bag for you, but like
yep.
it's light that's only real to you.
Yep. So, given my background in corporate drudgery,
yeah.
Can I say? Is there a bureaucracy crafting section?
Oh, there's tons of like you can craft 1 to like reams to like sheafs of paper.
I'm thinking more along the lines of basically he wants us to fill out paperwork. I throw it in my crafting menu, and 10 minutes later hand him out a 3-inch stack of bureaucracy paperwork.
If you receive the paperwork and scan it, the system will sadly give you like the option to just throw it into the fill out blender. The problem with that is the problem with any kind of automated system. You don't know if it's going to fill out that paperwork correctly.
Oh no! I'm specifically. I will do the AI prompt to make this as complex and legalese as possible, yet still understandable.
So the reality is, like, when he hands you his like stack of papers, and he's like, let's just say that we went through the proper form of channels, yes, and he sets a stack of papers for all 3 of you on the desk. He says, technically there's a fee for anyone coming into town wishing to build a building, for one.
Technically we're not building, we are restoring and improving.
Additionally, we did not come into town intending that.
True, which means the alternative is I fine you, and the alternative of you paying the fine is you walking out of the lamp. Now, I'm a generally kind man, so I'm not going to sick the law in this town on you, nor do I believe that they would succeed if I did. But you have to understand that I have to look like I did.
Can I offer a sort of, maybe this is an extension or something that could help you out. This is exchange of services, because Mirabelle's going to come with us to deal with the vampire situation. She's going to be performing a ritual for us.
That's going to be unfortunate, because that's going to make it look like this was a pre-planned event with the approval of the Priestess of Key, which is already in trouble with Theod for some time, and I have never officially endorsed whatever they're doing in that building. That building has officially been run down, and we have permitted, off the record, Maribel and Rearbrand to do whatever they're doing in there, because there's no way that I could possibly know. He like kind of gives you a sorry.
I'm sorry.
He kind of gives you a knowing look, to all 3 of you, and he says, like, there's no way I could possibly know. And if you guys want to pause while we wait for him.
I'm filling out the paperwork, or letting the crafting menu fill out the paperwork.
Yeah, it's like a solid, like, it'll take like 15 minutes, and you have no idea how correct it will be when it's done.
I don't care. He wants a paper trail. I'm giving him a paper trail.
It's gonna sign in your Earth name instead of your TABRA name.
Yeah, but it does have to be
calling
English.
It now.
It'll be in English, and they won't know what it is. They won't even recognize the characters.
Bum 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 bum. I always think it's funny that you guys really want to play these RP moments through, and like you guys are not trying to speed these days up to get into working. You guys are like taking your time.
Because it's fun to yap.
Yeah, it is fun to yap.
And we can do hilariousness.
Like any moment,
By the way,
I'm just letting you guys know at any moment, because this is very open world, and I don't want to drag it out because 1,000 reasons. I always feel like I will take as much time as you guys want, sometimes more, and I don't want to be the guy who, like, later you're just like, man, this is taking forever, we're not getting anywhere, and I'm like, should I be being more forceful? Like, you guys at any moment can look at me and be like, we skip ahead 8 hours, we go to sleep.
Well, we kind of did, because now that we're here, I remembered that we actually we ended the last session at the beginning of the day, and now we're at the end of the day, so we kind of did skip.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Because we had the dream, we had the communication right when I woke up, and we ended at the end of that. So
yeah, you woke up and then the day moved forward one. Oh yeah.
And by the way, my intentional failure earlier.
Yeah.
What are you planning on using with that opportunity for you?
Oh, I've been looking up options for that. I admit I have been looking for something.
Well, that's not scary at all.
What is that clock?
That's not scary at all.
yeah, we were told he was on his way.
Airbrake is on his way again. He's at 3 out of 4 on that clock.
Oh Jesus.
Thank you for having mercy on us and only doing 1 instead of the maximum of 2 clocks.
Yeah. It's not funny if he suddenly just appears in town. There's the pressure of, you don't know how quickly that clock is building, and I can just randomly advance that at another given moment when there's a clock. So like, yeah. Though I'm tempted to to try and do another half of an opportunity somewhere else.
No, wait. Hold on. Let me just hop over to my D&D characters and figure out how I can homebrew a power word no.
The next check I take will be given a +2 instead of a +4 bonus. So I'm doing half of 2 of these. And one half of a clock and one half of a advantage. I think that kind of evens out. That's fair. The next time I roll something. That's a long call.
Phone calls can be like that. Maybe they're asking about his car's extended warranty.
Hey Mon'ja, I'm here to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. I'm not even on Earth. How is this call coming through? We have powerful friends in low place.
Hey, actually, this is the U.S. IRS.
Yeah.
We need you to clean up on your funeral taxes real quick.
Are you implying that the IRS is connected with hell?
The IRS is multiversal.
Yeah.
Juniper, block call and report as spam.
Sorry, boss man. They're in a higher department than me. I can't do shit.
They're in the guaranteed 2 department, and he's like, what's the guaranteed 2? And it's like, well, there's nothing guaranteed in life but death and tax.
And Mon'ja being a fucky wucky. Oh, that line. There is no save spoken command.
Am I heard?
You are heard.
You are
okay,
heard.
good.
Hey, Cloud, is there a keyboard mode so I can type /save like Minecraft?
I mean, there is a keyboard command, but like you have to like type. It doesn't let you touch anything. You have to peck with your eyes.
And
like,
I'll figure out how to work that into the story later.
Yay. Alright, so, I'm sorry, but my little brother called, and that's why I was distracted. So, what did I miss?
Not much.
We paused for you.
Yeah, we paused.
Bureaucracy, essentially.
You didn't have to pause. I mean...
He looks over to Arden. Where did your papers go? And he realizes they're gone, like just they've disappeared.
Just give him a few more minutes. I'll be done with them.
The eyebrow shoots up and he looks back. This man with like graying dark hair. Like he's got black, but hair is like he's got like a streak of white in like one of his front hairs. He's clearly the stress of being a mayor is weighing on him. You are all. Again, I have to leave a trail, and I have to show that I attempted to enact either justice if you did not obey the laws in doing this. If the story we're going with is you were random adventurers, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to explain why the priest is going with you, who stayed in town, but we can just say that she left at the same time.
Kill vampires with us.
I'm not mentioning that she left with you. I'm mentioning that she headed to go deal with the vampire problem.
Do you want me to make this really easy for you?
Yes, please.
Hi, we're terrible adventurers. We abducted the priestess for our own needs, and that's what happened. We just came in and did what adventurers do, which is generally whatever they want. Because
he's biting his lip, like shaking his head.
How about no on that?
No, we're criminals now. We are nefarious ne'er-do-wells.
No.
Nuh-uh.
We've already got one guy who's going to be turn this whole place upside down looking for us for no good reason. We don't need more.
Yes, and we don't want them to be harassed.
Alright then, party vote. All in favor of that plan, raise your hand.
Raises both his hands and his tail.
I don't
All
raise
against, raise your hands. I raise both.
I raise both my hands.
I also raise a foot.
Huh,
I raise both my ears.
It seems like the floor has it. I think your friends are against your Mon'ja.
Joke's on you. I believe it. I don't believe in democracy. I believe in dictatorship. And I bring out a giant wooden spoon.
You don't believe in human rights? How about human left? I'm gonna tap you on the shoulder.
How dare you?
Gentlemen, back. Your adventures are always like this. He kind of like brings out like a stack of keys that he has, and kind of jingles. He jingles them in front of you, and like just puts them back in his pocket.
How does that work every time?
Keys.
Back to the point. If I tell them that you kidnapped someone, even if she's not well liked, that is justifiable grounds to send a squad after you, and that's going to kind of jeopardize your position with the Adventuring Guild.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, the Adventuring Guild does not deny services even to members in ill standing with the state, but they do report every time that you come into a town, and they have pretty good connections across Gauld. And rapid messaging is not difficult for the Adventurers Guild, so that's going to make your life a little difficult.
I do have a question in relation to that.
Yes.
No, this is for DM.
Okay, above the table, okay.
Okay, so, what is the messaging system like for your setting? Like, are they using carrier pigeons, ravens? I'm sure there's magical messaging for the wealthy and the guilds, probably.
The Mages Guild is capable of more powerful messaging. People don't tamper with teleportation magic or portal magic at all. Not since the Night of Black Tears. Like that, people generally like consider that elven magic and like forbidden magic because of it just has very bad memories. Like basically, the second that the elven the elf stone, like the golden and white, the golden speckled white stone, like seeped black tears, and like the demons came through, people don't tamper with portal magic at all. At most, you'll get like crystals attached to very powerful positions. So like a permanent location like the Adventurers Guild, or you'll have the Mages Guild, or you'll have like seats of governmental power capable of doing stuff like this for like instant messaging. Something slower, a more common thing is a courier service, or like a very powerful like bird or like flying mount. Like there are special messengers who are like specifically for war, who ride mighty steeds, mighty aerial steeds like unicorns or Pegasus or griffins. But those people like are delivering messages of like wartime info.
Okay, that makes sense.
The Adventurers Guild is actually ubiquitously, deceptively easy to send a message somewhere, because there's an Adventuring Guild in a lot of towns. So like you generally just, if you need info to go somewhere, like you just send the message with money attached to like a different Adventurers Guild, and then you send the message from there. If it's not a town that has an Adventurers Guild, you send the message to a courier from that town.
So it's like what, a penny quest? 5 zenith to hand this message over to this person?
Yeah, like there's some like really low level adventurers who will take courier quests. They don't actually hire out to local couriers. Like that would disincentivize, like, and discourage. That would basically be offering jobs to non-adventurers, which is like kind of breaks the whole point of the guild. So, like other adventurers who are not danger seekers will take messenger jobs. It pays like cents on the dollar, but like, you know, it's worth it if you want to stay alive.
5T.
But like, yeah, generally the easiest and cheapest way to get a message to anywhere in Gauld, which is the name of the continent, is to go to an Adventurers Guild, find on their map the closest adventurer place, and then find the town you're trying to send it to, and just send some money attached with your message, and then someone will pick up the quest. It does kind of have a little fee that always goes to the Adventurers Guild, because it is a branch of the Velt's government.
Okay, I mean, that's fair. That's no big deal. Okay, alright, well, that strikes a couple ideas. It's basically what I expected, but it strikes some ideas. Okay, like, do what you is best for your town. That's the best thing I can say. We're just passing through on our way to solve problems as we come across them. And, well, and like most adventurers, we mean well. We're well-meaning. We don't have any malice in our hearts, but let's be fair. The road to good intentions is paved with many a oops. Like, do what's best for your town and your people to keep them safe.
Galahad, he comes in and he's like, how attached are you to the... It's like, not my benches and bars and seats. I just had them replaced. Whirlwind, and he's like, it's that or they punch one of us, and that adds an assault charge that they could be charged for. And he's like, if it's the property, they just are going to be fined by whatever local municipality, which is us. What I recommend is that you cause a scene in this bar when it empties out, which is going to be, oh, look at that, about an hour, and I'm here till 1 o'clock. I say at about 12:30, you cause a scene, break a couple benches. I realize that I cannot overpower you, and I insist, since my guards will not come with me immediately, I come for you in the morning with my guards, and you're no longer here.
There's a thing about that. Like, I would hope to extend the stay by another day at least. The reason why is because that's tomorrow at lunchtime, the renovation ritual should be complete.
Oh, it's about an hour and a half from now.
No, the renovations get done this midnight.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was tomorrow.
Yeah, no. They get done this midnight.
But you still need time to breed up a couple of slimes.
Well, no, it can take place after the temple's built. because that's part of the process.
I can give you till a reasonable hour in the morning when I can muster my guards and I'll answer truthfully to a truth crystal any of the pressing questions that will be related to this investigation.
How much would it cost just to pay this and make it all official? As I throw down the stack of papers that were just completed.
Do you have 2,000 in it for a zoning permit?
I got most of that.
Okay, that's fine.
I got part of that.
Are you saying we bribe our way out of this by being perfectly legal?
You have to admit,
It's
it'd be
not a
completely
bribe. It's more of a pain in the ass tack. I thought you'd be familiar with those.
Well, I try to avoid them, being the dirty, malicious monkey that I am.
I will say around now, your system dings and a familiar voice talks to you. Hey, Arden.
I think I got this paperwork finished. Seems like the system got it mostly done, ready. Here you go, and like, enjoy.
Thank you.
It pops out and it's your names on TABRA.
Okay.
It continues to refer to you as the corporate entity known as the Metagamers.
I like that.
In specific, like that's that whole phrase. This is like again signed unto the corporate entity known as the Metagamers. And anytime it refers to your names, it refers to it. But the problem is it's all in English because you didn't change your system settings.
I like this song.
Just compliance.
Damn it. I'll have to do it again. I have the settings wrong.
He looks at the
How are
like
you gonna let him know about that?
Yeah, like he you haven't handed him to anything. I'm gonna assume he's hearing you say that, but doesn't know what you're talking about in the background.
Yeah. Here, you guys are finding amusing. I hand him over to Mon'ja and Arnvid, because I think they'll find the corporate entity amusing.
I look at this as like, huh, I hate this on site. Yeah, you did a good job.
But look at the corporate name.
You might like mine even more. I've written my stuff out in Nordic runes, increasingly older and older and older language.
Like he looks at both these
lexicons for this.
He looks at both these runes of paper and he's like, I know that is Volkung speak, and nothing says you have to fill it out in Stein or Veltian or Elven, which are all the common lingua francas, but this I've never seen in my life.
If we want to do it official, you got to be able to have somebody actually, like, in theory, read it. So give me a few minutes.
There's only one.
I'll put it through the crafting menu again, but this time I'll put it in translation mode, so it doesn't have to redo it from scratch. Just translate it.
Yeah, like you grab the last ream of paper and it will go into the cooker for another 5 minutes.
Yeah. But he's probably wondering how the hell I'm filling this out when my hands are on the table and nothing's happening.
Yeah, that's a genuine question that he's not he's pointedly not asking you, because you've already caused a lot of good and bad in this town, and he's just not digging in. He's trying to be as kind to all of you as possible. And he's like,
there's a little goblin in his purse that's writing it for him.
Like,
he pauses, crooks his head, and shakes his head. That's not a line of questioning. He wishes to go down. Gentlemen, that's the last ream of paper I have. To go through proper paperwork, it seems like you guys know what you're filling out, I hope. I will say that I gave you a zoning form. It'll be 2,000 zenith. I'll stamp papers. We'll just say that you didn't fill out a particular... It was an oversight. We forgot to contact Theod, considering it was an old building. We will get sanctioned as a town. I can eat that cost.
Put it down as reclamation. Put it down as reclamation. You didn't realize we were reclaiming it with intent to build something else.
Okay, that will offset the costs. I think I can use your fee to pay off whatever they're going to sanction us with. All right.
Can you guys? I look over the other two. Can you guys kick in another 1,000? I put my 1,000 in.
You put your 1,000 in. I'll put over 700.
And I guess I'll fill in the last 3.
Oh, okay. Well, how much do we have in the party funds? I haven't checked that in a while.
I put 500 in there. We haven't. No one else has put anything in there yet.
Because we're greedy.
Like, how dare you guys not be beneficial to your teammates?
I hadn't thought about it yet. We only got this 1,000 not long ago.
Really trust the both of us with a joint bank account?
Yes.
I think he's asking me whether or not I trust you two with a joint bank account.
Like, I've only used all of our money on just ingredients, and then I immediately use all that on you guys.
Yes, I know. Anyways, yeah, we hand over 2,000s in it, one way or another. Here you go, money. Chunk.
Chunk.
That reminds me, we really need to see if what's her name would be interested in these mandrake seeds. We might be able to make some money off of them.
Yeah, she's having a good night tonight. We agree.
That was not mandrake. It was
mangrove.
Mangrove. Wrong man.
Mandrakes are dangerous.
Yeah.
I will not continue to question about this, so I have plausible deniability. Gentlemen,
it's nothing to worry about. It was part of the good deeds. Part of the good deeds we did back in another town. So you're free to ask about it. It's fine. We took out a hag.
How did you know it was a hag?
She turned it into a hag.
She turned into one and attacked the elf that was keeping a shield up and protecting the town from corruption.
His girlfriend.
It is not my girlfriend.
What town was
not my
this
girlfriend.
In? Not what I'm asking. What town was this in?
Froth.
Froth, yes.
And I'm assuming the singer is someone like a powerful church of...
Yep.
Well, like the Saint of Key. I'm not really familiar with
not a saint. She was...
No, I don't think she's a saint, but she's one of the singer people. I don't know the terms for the new modern church.
Choisters?
No.
But like he doesn't remember. I know as a GM, it's a cantor.
Cantor. Yeah, the cantor. Yeah.
Yeah, that. And he's like, that will be considering. She's must be someone significant in the church of Saint. The Saint of Singing, the modern sub-Saint churches. It's a lot to keep track of. I will send them over to Froth, and they will continue tracking that down. I will send them back to the Froth, and they will track that and figure that out. And well, yeah, that seems to make sense. All right. Very well, gentlemen. Is there anything else we need to discuss that can corroborate good parts of your testimony before I decide to sit back in my nook and ignore whatever you say for the rest of the night?
Woogly woogly boo.
We killed some vampire bats on our travels here.
That would explain how you got infected. That will at least show that you weren't intentionally get infected, which could be a rumor that's spreading in town. I'll write that down as well. I think a lot of this will help. Gentlemen, I am sorry that we had to have this intense discussion. Thank you for helping my son with honestly some silly issues that I maybe should have helped him with earlier.
Yeah,
My boy's a bit of an airhead. I do my best with all my sons, but thank you for helping Ruel. Thank you for the ley line. That was a good, happy moment in our town. I'm not kicking you out of the town. I'm just recommending that you leave by tomorrow morning.
Noisily, if possible.
Or not. He leaves that up to you. Like, make trouble or don't. I have to report whatever you do as something you actually did. Unless everyone sees you traveling with the priestess, which I'll have to explain. I personally will not see it, and I will not testify to that. I will say that that is hearsay in the town, which is what it will be. I am going to wish you all a good night. I am not working with you. Anything else you do from here on out is your own situation. I am going over back to that box. Can I get a refill, Gellerhead? And like Gellerhead nods and like pours him a little bit more of the lager. And good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Good night.
Yup. So anyway, kidnapping the priestess.
Oh.
He quickly, as he hears that, walks back towards his nook so he does not hear anything else.
Yeah.
You have a sick sense of humor.
I am a terrible person.
But yeah, that is the last that you will meet unless anything happens later in this campaign of Mayor Wellwind.
Gotcha.
Do we want to play out anything or hop over to the temple scene, guys?
Yeah,
I think we're close enough to get the temple scene. Go straight to the temple scene.
Let's do the temple scene. Let's
I'm gonna advance the time. Like, you guys already start walking there, and it's kind of an instant, really surprise moment. Like 5 minutes before the clock drops, that you're there just staring, and like some of you kind of like, one of you walks. I'm gonna say Mon'ja a little bit closer, and like is pulled back by the other two. Considering you don't know what happens if you're overlapping with the vicinity of the outline of like all of you can see because of your UI. What happens if you are occupying the space when the building gets ready to drop?
You guys think you could regrow a pinky on me?
No.
We don't know how the healing works, whether or not it restores lost stuff like that, so...
I mean, it helps restore blood.
Yeah, but it's a bit different with, pieces, parts.
It's about 10 seconds out, and you guys realize like the counter is like counting down on Arden's UI, and like he counts down 3, 2, 1, and it appears in space. The temple on the outer edge of this town of Gazan. It appears in space. It is in the middle of night, so I'm adjusting the darkness of the scene. I'm adjusting the darkness, and I'm going to change what you guys are seeing. And it appears on spot, just in line with the road, but it's like, I'm gonna tell you a really funny thing. You ever like finish like a building in like a sim game or something, or Fallout or something, where in a game where you could like craft and build and place it, and it's just off by like a degree or two. It's just rotated too much. It's in line with the road, but it's not perpendicular to the road that comes up to it. It's like off by 2 degrees, and it's bothering you. It's bothering whoever of you that it will bother.
It's not bothering me. It's bothering me. It's bothering me. It bothers me a lot.
I'm sorry, we gotta redo this.
Breaks out a hammer. Copy.
We gotta redo the road, I mean.
Hi guys.
Are you calling me with using the crafting menu again?
It's off.
What's off?
Points at the building. It's off.
It placed exactly. There were boxes that showed you how it was aligned.
It doesn't look the same on just a flat box. It was even, but now it's not.
I mean,
I'd like to call in a bug report. Your shit is
what?
trash.
It wasn't. We built it exactly where you guys wanted it. Wait, there's a placing occupation.
But it's only a box. It doesn't show what it looks like. If we'd had the full thing, we would have been able to tell it was off and we could have adjusted it. Well, actually, no. We did adjust it. Remember? I told you 3 times. It needed to go more to the left.
You guys confirmed where it was at. The way it was placed. I don't know what you want from me.
I'm telling them that I told you we needed to adjust it.
It's down. We can't really adjust it anymore. Juniper, can we adjust the road?
Yes. Would you
How
like
fast
to
will that
restore the
be?
road? It will take another 10 hours.
No. We've already spent. You know how much more we'd have to pay to get that done?
Bureaucracy.
Yeah. All right. We'll deal with it.
Yep, I'm gonna deal with it. Pulls out a hammer.
No. We
like,
just paid for the materials.
Mon'ja,
Don't destroy your
Are
investment.
you digging up the tiles of the road that lead up to this church?
No. Like, Mon'ja doesn't have that much cane in him.
Mon'ja, you realize, like, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. You look and, like, your brain begins to, like, extend this problem backwards. And you realize no matter how many tiles you pull back, one, you will be leaving back unless you play back over with new grass. Where the tile was, which is a reminder that this road is still not lined up. You're all the way back to where this road bridges off of the main road. And you realign the road so the road is straight again. The problem that this road continues. The major problem actually that you suddenly realize that you go out and you're walking around surveying the building. That the front door lines up perfectly with the road, and then you go to the back where there's just a forest path that leads off from the town. And you realize this church is laid right on top of the forest path, like in the middle of the path.
Still mad about this. But I'll deal with it. I'll accept it. I hate it. I'll accept it, but I hate it.
You go into the inn, like, is anyone checking out anything else about this place, or is it sufficient for your over age?
Oh no, we're going in because we gotta make sure that make sure the secret door works, and B, show it to the secret door and how it works to our priest and priestess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like, here's the it's going to be whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, you come to terms, like, all 3 of you are just looking, and, like, you kind of take one of those long King of the Hill sighs where you just you realize it's in the middle of the road, it's not even aligned with the road, it's gonna be what it is. You go inside, and the temple, all of it is, like, it's beautiful white walls, like, a lot of it is beautiful white stone, where it's
You
not
still have Juniper voice going.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I always appreciate that. Take a free Fabula point, Arden.
Fuck, I was gonna let it on for another minute.
You look at, and it is just one of those situations where, like, okay, it's out of line, but whatever. Well, you go inside to the interior, and it's white stone, it's blue tile. There's a lot of glass. There's tall glass windows. There's a tall glass fresco window up above these giant arched doors, which are always welcoming. Big wooden doors that have, like, several locks that you'd have, like, a little ladder is, like, at the front of the building that, like, you can that's on rollers that you can roll up and, like, lock these doors. That it locks at, like, 3 different positions, and you go in and there's, like, several benches, and it's like, oh, it's a beautiful place. And there's a little pew. There's like a narthex and everything in a typical temple that you would expect. It's very Western to you, like, it's very, like, starkly not a typical temple of these people's. It is very starkly from your world, but not quite correct for any religion. Take of that what you will. And then you look around and you're like, there's nothing significant in any of the, like, they're all, like, just rainbow stained glasses. There's no scene of any particular god or goddess. And you realize this temple's not dedicated to any god. And then you look behind, like, behind the pulpit situation where someone could stand with a book or without a book and talk. And you look behind the narthex and you see a little alcove, and it is likely where the controls to open up this just big back panel of the church would be, because like you realize that the actual outer dimensions don't line up with the inner dimensions, and like there must be a little bit more room at the back of this building.
No, the secret room is the basement.
Yeah, but there's a stairwell, that like a secret stairwell that like
I see.
You realize on the inside, like this isn't quite lining up with. There were no windows on the very back half of this building, and you realize that doesn't. Okay, so there must be something here. And you're looking at this little what would be an alcove, a little cutout of niche, and you're like, open up your crafting menu, Arden.
I had a particular way to that I wanted this to open. Remember?
Oh, you did tell me. You did specify. I was wondering if you specified. I actually misremembered. Okay.
Yep. You have to hum a bar or two of a particular song that I heard from Key that one time we visited her there. I always kind of, because she was a goddess of song, I always imagine she's got kind of a background song going, even if she's talking, not singing directly. So I'm using that experience and just using, you know, maybe about a half dozen notes of that song.
You get about to the 7th or what? Not 7th. I'm thinking of harmonic numbers in music, harmonic series and ratios. You get to about like a pretty far in the song. You realize, like, you're like, man, when does this stop? It's about the moment you get to the 64th note. You weren't counting, but like 64 is a special number in terms of string harmonics that reaches like 5 octaves, and it's like the 64th note that you really you see the little hand of the this statue, which is holding its hand open to the side, and it's holding a bell out to the front, and it's just looking out like placidly, like a statue, little tiny statue would. It reaches to its side and grabs the stick and taps the stone, and the stone reverberates like it's a bell. And then the door shimmers. The back wall shimmers, but it does not move like a normal wall. Like it the best way I can describe this effect is like, do any of you remember playing Super Mario 64?
Never did.
No.
Yep.
Do you remember how the painting moves when you jump on it? When
Yep.
you jump into the painting?
Oh.
It's like the wall is like water right now.
Neat.
The wall looks like a non-solid surface. It looks like it's like moving back and forth. And the
Arden,
tone...
was that a design choice supplied by the crafting menu, or did you manually put that in?
I was honestly expecting a mechanical thing, but I'll take this.
The tone is not lasting forever though, and you realize that this will only last as long as the note plays.
We hurry through with our priestly friends.
Rearbrand, like, it kind of like walking through and like having occupied all this stuff, and like Maribel is the last to come, but she was like late, and she's like, guys, I heard that you were asking for me around the temple. It rather beautiful. The ritual worked. I'm really proud of you all.
Come on, we got the secret door. We got the secret entrance. Come on.
Where are you?
Sprint at the wall.
I can hear you faintly. Like, she's like, I can't walk through the wall, guys. It's solid.
I put my hand out through the wall.
And she's like, huh? And like, you pull her through before the note finishes.
Yeah.
Rearbrand is appraising this, and he's like, you're gonna have to repeat that song for me a few times, boy. I'm not gonna remember that whole thing right off the bat. And
Oh, unfortunately, the system took it longer than I honestly, I was thinking maybe like a half dozen or a dozen notes. The system decided to do that, but so yeah, I can teach it to you.
Maribel like pulls out a sheet, and as you teach it, she writes down sheet music for Rearbrand, who's not as musically inclined as her, but she remembers the note. She remembers the song almost instantly.
Yeah. Now the thing is, I would suspect that even if they don't know it, it just feels familiar to them.
Yeah. It feels more familiar to Maribel than it does to Rearbrand, to be honest. Rearbrand kind of looks around and he takes a look, and like you see you see like just a blank walled room, and there's several beds and like chests, and there's a couple of places for study. There's a couple of bookshelves, empty bookshelves, of course. And then there's like charts on the wall, and there is in this building like he's like, I don't know how I feel about that, boy. And like you see in order from left to right on this back wall, like is a adjustable calendar for each month with like carved in stone above it, like a relief painting of each deity for the month. This is a full panoply of the deities of TABRA. There's 12 of them on these walls. He's like, don't know how I feel about that, boy.
He'll be fine.
Honestly, it appears the system took some liberties with my intent. I had originally intended this to be a place you could dedicate just a key, but I think they want it to be more.
What do you mean they want it to be more?
Whoever put their finger in on the ritual.
They put their finger
like
on
I said, when I was putting it together in my head, I figured the door would be just a mechanical release, something easy, with just the touch of magic to have something that would only true believers would understand and know. But they just took it so much further.
You're leaving a lot not said, and magical rituals don't usually interpret the intent of the caster. So I think you're asking questions outward that you need to be directing inward.
Yeah, there's things we can't talk about, unfortunately.
He actually stops where he's walking, like he's walking alongside you guys, pacing, looking at all these like pacing and looking along, like with his like a little bit of his arched back and like his like a little hunched back at his old age, and he's walking with this staff. He's walking and surveying these relief paintings and these adjustable wooden numbered calendars, and he just stops right when you say that. And like Maribel keeps going forward before he like grabs the back of her robe, and he stamps his like little walking stick, and he says, I'm entrusting someone with you, so I'm gonna ask you to try that again.
You ever heard of a geas?
A spell of compulsion, something like that, yeah?
Yeah. There's certain things that we are literally incapable of speaking of.
He looks at you suspiciously, and I need you to make me... It's true, but I need you to convince him of that. It's gonna be a 12 on a... you can pick willpower, or willpower might.
Willpower might, I'll definitely go with that.
Get something 12? Out of it, huh?
Yeah, it's a 12.
Anyway, we could group check it, corroborate the story.
Yeah, you're all kind of chiming in as like Arden like says that. But he's sizing up all of you as you tell him this.
All right, check is out.
Oh, I am so re-rolling that. God damn. Theme of USA. I'm assuming we can't speak of it. We don't have the language for it. We're gonna be using English.
Yeah, no.
Nope. No. That was worse.
You know, we're just gonna try. We're gonna just ambition, look. No, I'm just gonna. I'm trying to find a good way to do this. theme avoidant dreamer. Like, look, sometimes you just gotta take things on faith. Oh man, it's worse.
Everybody
I'm gonna
is.
push. I'm gonna push with my bond with protection, protecting the group's secrets from people who probably shouldn't want to know them. So hey, we got one success now.
One success, okay. You're making the main roll, Arden?
Yep.
Oh, baby, that's a crit.
That's a crit too.
he doesn't he doesn't respond well to the last person in so many days to tell him this, like, for the 5th time you just have to take it on faith, because he's been taking a lot on faith with you guys. He's been rolling the dice a lot of times, and an old man like this with his experiences, Oral's only so many dice with only so much competence, and he gets very angry before Maribel like curbs him with the crook of her staff, like not like hitting him, but like sets it in front of his chest and like, come now. We know that Key has blessed Arnvid. Arnvid would not intentionally lie, not in a temple, even if it's not dedicated to anyone in particular. This place can be a place of safety for the old faith, and she looks at it and she says, perhaps Key knows more than we do, and all the gods had their place in at one time, and she's looking like perplexed and like a little more than bothered. She doesn't know why Key would do this, but she's looking specifically at like a very horrifying, with like a scar over its eye, like dog-like figure that looks like scarred and like marred and like just wrong. She's looking at the 11th month Snarl.
That's an adorable name.
Better than Fluffles.
If you know anything that you can share, we have been operating, and like Rearbrand steps forward. A man takes a lot on faith. A faithful man takes a lot more. But even a priest will walk on solid cobblestones. Give us something.
I look down, thoughtful for a moment. Well, the ritual parts that Maribel and our wizard friend helped us with were important. They were anchor points and not what crafted this. What we have access to is related to things that we cannot talk about, and is what allowed us to do this.
Where'd you learn this spell?
It's not a
The
spell.
ether.
Both of you disagreed in what you said at the same moment, so he's going to ask again, and this time he wants a straight answer from one of you and only one of you. He doesn't want it from just one of you. He's testing if you guys can agree the next time you answer. And he's like, let's try that again. You said what, and you've said who, and you disagreed on exactly what force was crafting the final resolution of this spell. You said you learned it from somewhere. Fine. You said it's not a spell, and you said it comes from the ether. Let's try that one more time. All three of you are going to answer me at the same time. And he holds up his hand, and he's going to count down to 1. If it's not a spell, and you learned it from somewhere...
Group chat, answer in English.
Where did you learn it from? And what is it if it's not a spell?
Okay, group chat. We can say when you say in English, I respond crafting menu in English.
Right back, agreed.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
He holds
We
up
all
5,
say in English
4.
crafting menu.
He turns to Maribel, and like he looks back over and like he sees that there's a panel, like a wooden panel on the name of the month, and he's curious and he pulls it off, and there's like a different writing underneath Snarl, and he sets down the panel on the desk next to that calendar, and then he goes over to the terrifying muscular triangular physique of this this last month, the December month you would know as December, and it's known as Gald, and it's written in like these horrible like chicken scratch letters, these weird like sharp but like rough scratchy letters, and he pull like underneath the wood that is in the regular Elven that is the common language, and he goes across each language and he says. He lines you up against a wall. He's just he's backs to the wall, and like he looks at Maribel, and he looks to all the languages that are now present on that wall. Right, that he's taken the wood plaque that was on there on the name of each month, and now you see the deities' names each in the native tongue, right, and carved into the stone of the wall. He says, "What language was that?" And all of you are going to point at a language. And he just counts from 3 this time, giving you less time. 3.
Fuck you.
2. 1.
Group chat left.
I can't.
And like
I don't point at any.
What do you point at, Mon'ja? What do you point at, Arnvid?
Mon'ja just puts his hands on his hips and grins.
What do you do, Arnvid?
Seeing as no one else is pointing, I'll just try and tuck my arm back up like I'm scratching my head. Like I was not just about to point.
He looks at Maribel, and Maribel looks a little confused. This could mean anything. They've meant us well, Rearman. And he holds up a hand. Meaning well.
Okay.
And doing well.
Okay, old priest. Do you want to hear a story?
He sits down at the desk, and he gestures for you guys to grab chairs, and he gestures for her to sit on the bed.
Bed down here?
There's like 12 beds. There's like enough beds to like house people like who are in hiding. And there's a whole downstairs section that you guys haven't gone to because he stopped you from like finishing this tour.
This is a lot more than I had put in my blueprints.
Yeah, this is like a section where you could house people who are like hiding, and there's something
my
underneath
plan for
the
this
temple.
basement was literally the size like of an American basement. So this feels like it's a lot bigger than I had planned.
Yeah, like this is the stairwell, like hidden room, like the remainder of the back of this building, like that has no windows or anything. And then there's a stairwell down to like a regular standard like American basement size, like underneath this temple situation, and y'all don't even know what's down there yet because he's stopping you from going down the stairs. Well, regale us, Mon'ja.
Okay. So, there you are, minding your own business, living your life as you would be, and then suddenly, it ends. That's it. That's all you get. But then you wake up, and you're in somewhere else. It's not your body. It's not your life. But there you are in that life. And now you're expected to live that life. Along with that comes things you never expected to have before. You have new access to new spells, new abilities that you never knew were possible. But there they are. And now you've been given a task to kill the Demon Lord. So there you go. It's a silly story. It's been told before, but it's a story nonetheless. DM, what was that?
In a language that you don't speak but you know is from your world, you heard an alarm, like basically like a alert, and like someone who's not Juniper appears on your line, and he says he said something to you guys. Give me 1 second.
next couple of words that you were saying. We're on the line.
Mon'ja narrows his eyes because he does not like being told what to do.
Mon'ja, we don't need another incident.
Was this him? Was this strictly just to him, or was this to the group?
To the group.
Yeah, in group chat is like, Mon'ja, we don't need another incident like what happened in the inn.
Hi guys, coming in on the group call. We're being observed by the. Well, we have someone else.
Management's observing. I get you.
Stops and looks up. We're expected to be trusted.
By Clarkson from the security department. You're allowed to say what you feel like you want to say, but I have to report whatever to say, so it's up to you.
What's up, guys?
Group chat.
We're in a group chat. There's probably about 13 people observing the call right now. Don't feel too stressed. Just think of us like on your shoulder. And remember everything I've told you.
Rear band is hearing none of this.
This world has reincarnators. It's not that unusual of a tale.
He's not saying anything about being in a different world.
Yeah.
Like, he's chosen his words carefully.
Oh, reincarnation is like the standard belief here that like you go into the aether weave and like your soul is prepared to live again unless you do particularly well, in which case you are eschewed off to by one of the deities. But
exactly.
Essentially, you are sent back to the aether weave, to the cycle of the aether. Ether cycles through plants. It is in everything. It's in the plants. It's in people. It's in nature. It's in crystals. It's in water.
So it would be easy enough to have tales of, oh yeah, you're reincarnated, but you know one of the gods put their finger on you, and they've got a special plan for you when you came back. So you came back with a little bit of something extra.
Yeah. It's not out of line that you would hear something like that. Like he's like. Rearbrand's nodding.
Like, so that's more or less the tale. We have been recycled, reincarnated. Recycle is the wrong word. Reincarnated. And we've been given a job.
Well, I don't speak every language. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of an old man. I don't speak every language, but I know that wasn't Elven, or Dark Elven, or Dwarven. I definitely know that wasn't any of the savage speeches. Wasn't guttural enough. So you don't come from gold, do you? And he gives you a long look. All three of you.
I was born here.
We were in fact born here.
Mm-hmm.
He asks Maribel, like he's like, is there a map anywhere here? And like Maribel
I stop and I look at him. Stop asking. Please. Stop asking. We want to give you enough information to help make you believe us, but you're pushing some boundaries that we could have consequences for us.
Maribel leans forward and says, this is simple enough into the line of questioning. They've already admitted that they're heroes. We know that the goddess key has especially blessed Arnvid, perhaps. And she motions to the wall, perhaps. What's so wrong with believing one of the other gods picked him? One of the old faith. Like the other people haven't abandoned their faiths. It's only the humans who have. And he looks up at her and remembers, you're rather bold, and I made you a little bit too bold, Maribel. And like she shrugs and she says, "What do you want from me?" He's hesitating on a question of asking you which deity picked the other two, and then he lets it go, and he just kind of, I'm gonna want to know more. And like he says, Maribel, can you help me find a map? And like they spend the next 5 minutes kind of searching around, and they find something which is unnerving to them, and they will exclaim something as you guys descend down into the rest of the basement.
Head down.
So how can we clarify our stories, guys? You can't lie. I'm more lenient, but still not so much. Mon'ja, you
I
can
will
do what
lie
you
off
want.
my ass.
And we got management watching.
I can lie by not speaking. The problem is whether or not they know my tell.
He's an experienced old man. He'll know.
If Mon'ja lies bad enough, my little tell goes off, whether I want to or not.
So, like, here's the thing. Like, I've asked him politely to not inquire further. It's the best thing to do right now.
We can just refuse to answer. That's the best thing we can do. We can say, there's nothing more we can tell you at this time. And stick to that, you know, the I want my lawyer response.
And he's going to keep playing Karen about it.
Because old man got an old man.
Well, you know what? He'll just have to he'll just have to go to bed unsatisfied. I say we basically just refuse to answer anything else.
Alright, that's the play.
Or, I get real honest. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Can I check?
I look over at
Baker title equipped.
What'd you say? Arnvid?
Does Mon'ja have the Mischief Maker title equipped? Can I check party?
Yeah, I believe he still has that equipped. Yes.
Oh yeah, it never came off. It never has once came off.
Maybe we should all switch to the hero one.
Nope.
If you say something wrong before management gets you, my fists are 2 feet away.
That's fine.
You step down.
I think they'll let me bane you a couple times.
You step down, and as you're kind of like stepping away from the tension of this conversation, and they begin looking around for like anything resembling a map and all this like stuff that's here. Like, there's not really books here, but there's like remnants of like things, furniture that came pre-equipped in the room. And you go downstairs, and you see like a single plinth in the center of this room. And it's not a typical plinth for something's unsettlingly unfamiliar about this plinth in this room. There is a marble white singular pillar / like platform that raises up about chest height, and then there is just an interesting looking stone in the center of this marble white that is like it's a fairly common looking stone under like a glass cloche that surrounds this entire plinth. And then there's writing. Arnvid, roll me an insight check that you need to hit a 12. Only you can roll this.
You're making this a fucking insight on the guy with D6s.
Yeah. There's a reason I'm doing it, but only you can roll it. You're not missing out a lot if you fail this. It'll be interesting if you hit a crit.
All right. Do I get any modifiers from my history or current events?
It's fairly recent, so I'll give you a +3.
Insight. 12 plus 3. You get no whammy.
And you're looking at the back wall of this like it's a relatively plain. There's like crystals that hang from the corner in every corner of this room, like 4 corners, and they're all like different color, and they seem interesting. But you looking at this back wall, what's interesting is that etched, like, all across these walls is ancient Elven, not modern Elven, that, like, the Kingdom of Velt and all the kingdoms use for their writing. It's ancient Elven. So you guys don't read this. But looking at the ancient Elven, like, your eyes kind of, like, look into the middle space as you're looking and, like, you're realizing you can't read this. And have you ever looked at a lithograph or a holographic image where, like the image appears to you but only at a certain angle, Arnvid? Or rather, to the player of Arnvid, Chospian? Have you ever held up, like, one of those weird lithographic, like, posters or something?
Where it shifts, like, with Pokemon, you can go from Pichu to Raichu.
Yeah, something like that. Except this is more like looking at... This is more looking at a regular wall, and at a certain angle, something gets revealed. And you stop and pause, and your heart sinks for a second, because looking at this wall, it's like the color drops from your vision, and you're just looking at a black void, and you see like a statue in the shape of I'm not gonna play the music, but it suddenly like recalls you to a very hyperventilating place of like Velore, the entity that watches and the entity that like interrogated you when you broke the system. You stand off
I'm gonna hard pivot and have a panic attack real quick. Excuse me.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you lose some of your hype. You lose about 800 of your hype if you have a panic attack.
Worth it.
I will not make you click all the way down. I will not make you click. I can edit that.
2082 then.
2082.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of fucking hype. Punching trees is very...
And there is something about there's like a single angle from this on this plinth, looking at it as you come downstairs, and you look at like just one side has like a plaque that on this like glass cloached weird thing. There's nothing in this room. There's nothing for worship or for kneeling or for like there's no pillows on the floor. This is a stark white marble room, and that single like glass closed marble white pillar, and on it is just this weirdly shaped, very angular rock, like more like a stone, more like a quarry stone or something, like a very very shaped quarry stone, almost like a cobblestone or something. It's probably the only thing with like regular color in this room besides the like writing in the walls that is in ancient Elven that's like gilded, inset and golden, and the like crystals that all correspond with a season of the year, like that is giving light in this room.
This is so not what I imagined.
Sorry, bud.
I'd say, I mean, no, it makes it interesting. You know, if that means there's something going on, something for us to dig into. You know.
Yeah, that was my angle. That was my angle.
Yeah. So that comment was in character, not in player.
Are you willing to look back at that weird angle, Arnvid, or are you just refusing to ever look in that direction again? Or is Arnvid just having a panic attack?
He's not there. I'll walk back to the angle.
So the statue is still there, and it's interesting that this statue is floating in on nothing, just in plain black space. But while you look around and you like really, really focus, and you like unnervingly look away from all the eyes on the statue because it's kind of giving you a weird, maybe the statue is watching me. Like the statue isn't on a pillar or anything. It's just a stone-colored, very unpainted, very undetailed statue of Veloreth, and the wheels upon wheels covered in eyes. And as you look away, you realize even from this angle, and when you don't pull your eyes completely off of this wall, you see writing and it's in English. Like writing in the space of where it would be on the walls.
I will screenshot the writing, doing my best to edit around Valorith, and then send it in the group chat.
When you check the user interface, like this image doesn't render.
That's not freaky at all. He a vampire.
Like specifically, like something looks very hostile about like. I don't know how to tell you that, like, there's some, like, I'm not going to tell you anything more than the feeling you get, because I can't tell you how you feel as a player, but I'll tell you the feeling that you get, the thought that comes to mind, and you respond to that however you wish. There's a thought that occurs to you that you need to delete this image, because, like, something about the statue looks hostile to you in this still captured image in the UI.
I think the mods are pissed at us.
System copy paste text from image, then delete image.
Hey, we're no longer what? No, everyone kind of stepped away when they realized that the conversation wasn't happening. I managed to convince them that I would report to them anything that happened. You do realize I'm the system. When you refer to the system, it's me. I the system. I do the system things. Hi, it's me, Juniper.
Hi, Juniper. Would you kindly copy-paste the text from this image, then delete the image?
I will gladly get rid of the image that you have and not mention who's in the image. I am having trouble processing this image. This wasn't in the schematic that you sent me. Parts of this
a lot of this was not in the schematic that we sent you.
And we realized that, which means it wasn't anyone on the QA team that did this.
Yeah.
And considering who's in that image, they aren't even on any of the management teams. They're assigned a very, very special, different, much more serious purpose. But you guys have been linguistically talking about this, and I'm trying to. All these calls are recorded and everything. Also, let's say you're using the word mod for this person. Moderator. That is like a low-level term for what they do. They don't even do anything for the worlds. They don't answer in the way that I answer to things. I mean, they answer just ultimately to the you're referring to by the dev. They answer to the dev, and pretty much no one else. And they have a very particular purpose, and I'm having trouble talking about this without breaking the rules of my job. But let's just say...
Yes.
Let's just say they don't work on... If we're going to frame this as a game development team, they are a Yakuza member in a different company that works for the developer, whereas we are the QA team and the engineering team and the maintenance team and the design team and the team that keep the lights on in the building, and they're a Yakuza member. Am I getting that across to you, Arnvid?
Independent protection company. Yep.
Something very much like that. The way that you're thinking about this whole setup, think that they are a benign part of like the experience, and that you oopsie doodled, stepped on something and got them mad. We're not even allowed to mention their name.
So why is the statue here?
I don't know. And I cannot pass this info. I will, because it's part of our agreement, and because it really is weirding me out, I'm going to pass you back this info and ask that you do something reasonable with it. And maybe follow up on this in a healthy, not, tear everything apart and, ask me 1,000 questions I have to respond to you about. But, I'm going to give you...
reasonable, then say that.
I don't know what to tell you on this. definitely I'll remove that from the image and I'll just pull the text and I'll give that back to you plain text. Sure, here you go. And it gives it to you in English in your system.
Thank you,
and it says, "Beyond my watch lies the light." And I will send this in the chat. I will send that in the chat.
You're still on the voice.
Oh, sorry.
And I will copy this into the chat and I will send it to you.
Oh no.
This is the first two lines, and there's like a set of lines at each corner. This is the first two lines in the top left of this wall, and this is just this wall, and this wall is very unique. And it says, "Beyond my watch lies the light I dare not name. I am permitted to serve it, not to gaze upon it unveiled." And in
at least it's not right.
In the top right, it says, "There is one whom even I must yield to, one whose voice made all that is." Then in the bottom left is another set of standards, and nerve-wrackingly, you haven't looked in the other corner. There's only one line in the last corner, and that's unnerving to you. And the whole time you're like doing everything to stay in this perfect angle, and your other friends don't know why you're like looking like you're like sweating like crazy, and why you're standing specifically lock still, like shell shock in this angle, looking exactly at this wall in this specific way, and just like really like tensing your eyes. This next to last line says, "One whose purposes remain beyond my knowing. If you seek that which is more real than real, look past me." And the very last line is an unnerving single line. It says, "I am the eyes on all the worlds."
Don't like that.
Got that in reference material, and game got that in the group chat. And
Yeah.
I'm going to just sit against the wall.
And now everyone, you two realize that there's something wrong with the fact that like he's just been staring at that wall in that same angle for 10 minutes.
Arnvid, what's going on?
I really don't want to talk about it. It's not a limitation, it's by choice.
Right.
But if you check GC, you'll see something that I saw.
Hey, that's kind of creepy.
You can say that again. It's... Are you sure this isn't an elaborate prank?
Oh, no.
That would
I
be
had a
greatly
fountain in the
appreciated.
middle. I had a fountain. You know, one that just used water to make some music. It'd be nice and tranquil for someone to come here and meditate. And this is. I look over to our two priestly folk. Do you have any idea what this rock is? It looks just like a chunk of rubble. There's got to be some significance to it, though, right?
Like they come down, they like you hear them shriek before you go up to them, and like you hear them shriek as you go up to ask them a question.
Yeah.
And they're not like shrieking like, "Oh my god, someone's killing me," but they're like kind of like, "Huh, what?" Like it's kind of like a what? And like Rearbrand is kind of like angry grunt, and like you come up there and you see them looking at like a rotating thing that's like held up on like a little stand, like a little stick. It's like a rotating diorama. And what is this supposed to be? And like she looks very unnerved because she's like looking at like the outer edge of it. And you can tell what this is, Arden, just from across the room, because you're opposite ends of the room with them. And what she's just on the bed, like holding her head, like looking like 1,000-yard stare, and Rearbrand is just like set it on the desk, and he's just looking at it, incredibly frustrated. And it's a donut.
Okay.
It's a donut diorama. And it's got like wood layers leveling, and it's a 3-dimensional donut with like lines of like different regions on it.
Oh. It's a world map.
Oh, hold on. Hey, move up there. Do any of the shapes on there look... lines look familiar?
Sure.
Yes, I see all this on there. On some point on that donut.
You don't see any like high detail rendering of like, or like writing on it, beyond like Elven that says Velt, Kofnir, Jungle, Zvalek, or it says Goam, Zvalek, and it says in Ancient Elven, the actual original name of what is now Gloomhold in the Elven homeland, it says Mobog, Everdeep. And then in like horrible writing to look at is like the gray center section, where you can tell it says something, but like you don't want to look at that writing because something makes you feel really wrong when you look at that writing.
Oh, guys, the world's a fucking donut.
Donut.
No, this isn't a joke.
What are you talking about? Of course it's a joke.
This is a map. I'm pointing to the wooden torus. This is a map of this world.
No, it's not. That's silly.
It is.
That can't be correct. And she's having that. She's having
ridiculous.
that full both hands in her head, both her head in both hands, like looking like not even at the floor. She's down. Her eyeballs are connecting to the floor, but she's not looking at the floor. Her eyes are somewhere else in her head, in her mental space, mental situation, and she's like, that cannot be. And Rearbrand is looking at it. He's like, I know what I'm looking at, boy.
Boy.
System, is this allowed here? Juniper, I need to know, do I need to get rid of this thing?
We didn't put it there, and I'm sending shots of everything I'm seeing through your eyes, just so you know, to the review team. They didn't put it there, but they know that you didn't intend to put it here, and that this was the crafting theme. And we're currently looking at, well, he's pauses for a minute to translate, because this is translating to you on Earth is not a normal thing. He's mostly Tabran, like a Tabran keeper. And he's like, and we're on a Slack call, guys, and yeah, no.
My question is, with as badly as these two are reacting to it, do I need to destroy this? I don't want them to get wiped out because they got
been roped into this call, and okay, cool. It would be a little too late, and we are ruling this as not your fault, and also not our fault.
Are you saying this is a bug?
No.
Is there any way to check if someone made edits to the plans we put in? Is there a log?
Yeah, we got the crafting team on that. They're looking at it, okay, and just give me a minute, guys. Talk amongst yourself. Probably not. There's nothing you can break, and it's already there, and you'd have to hurt the people, which is a big no-no in our rules. And in general ethos, it's already done. What's already done is done. Have the conversation with them. Try not to reveal anything you didn't reveal about the program, but this is the reality of their world. It's true. I mean, I don't know if you knew this, but that's true. It's true.
It's bullshit, but I'll take your word for it. All right, let us know, please.
Yeah, give me 2 minutes. We're having a very intense high-speed discussion.
Yeah, I turn back to them. All right. So apparently this is real.
You know, let's get the bonking stick.
Okay.
Can you bonk the memories out of my head with the bonking stick?
I can try. Memory loss is guaranteed if you bonk anyone hard enough.
I'll take that risk.
Cool. Now then.
Or would it be a fucking benefit with this?
I mean, can you afford to lose any more brain cells?
I'll just fill it with hype.
Adrenaline.
What are you guys doing? I'm sorry. I'm referencing something that I thought, but like.
Right now we're just gonna try and get Maribel and him just to calm down.
So who wants sandwiches?
Yeah, I gently pull the two away from that map. That's weird. I don't understand it myself. You want some of Mon'ja sandwiches? They're good. Otherwise, I got questions about this chunk of rock over here that you guys might know about.
She's gonna be having a panic attack for a couple of minutes. Boy, just sit with her for a minute. Let me go look at this rock room.
Thank you,
Juniper.
Juniper voice again.
Sorry.
Sorry. He kind of looks. He kind of look like Rearbrand looks. He's gonna be having a panic attack for a moment. Let me go down with Mon'ja, and you don't destroy that. That's whatever magic related nonsense. You said you didn't intentionally put anything in this building, right?
About half this building is completely different from my original design.
Good to know. And like he steps down and like he'll go inspect the room with Mon'ja, like with the marble plaque and like completely pure white marble room with like ancient elven writing and the simple weird granite angular stone that's on the plinth with like a single plaque that's an ancient elven as well.
Huh. So anyway, sandwiches.
I'll take mine cold.
I mean, that's all you're gonna get. And begins just reaching inside his bag of food and pulls out sandwiches of various types.
I'm gonna start checking the other walls from the same distance and angle as the one with the writing on it.
You keep bending your neck
trigger
at
anything
weird
else.
angles.
Know something you want to tell, boy?
Not if you keep calling me boy.
Adventurer.
Try again, please.
I wasn't talking to you, and like he looks over to Arden or Arnvid.
I don't care who you're talking to. Use our names.
Arnvid.
Thank you.
Just something from the past, making waves. Just having to check a few more leads here. I'm assuming I don't see anything else, DM?
Yeah.
On the other 3 walls?
You see writing on other walls, but it's also in Ancient Elven. You also see writing, because this staircase comes, there's writing on the left wall and the right wall and the back wall. The only one that you can get something weird to happen is like that one spot where you stand and you don't want to stand there anymore. You can't get it to happen on the left or right wall. And then facing the stairwell is just a plaque on the plinth that reads also in Ancient Elven. You can now read Ancient Elven, but at a very difficult insight check.
Understood. I'll add that to the listing.
How's everyone doing?
I was hoping they might know what the heck that stone is in the middle.
No, boy. Sorry, Arden. Like, he comes back upstairs. How's she doing? And like, she's still like breathing very heavy, having like a.
She's having an existential crisis.
I mean, she had a world altering revelation. Haha.
I've heard this suggestion before from the elves. She's too young to have heard it, and the elves are mostly wiped out at this point, so don't blame her. It's a thought that runs around, but we all thought they were just full of it. That they spent too many years sitting around talking about nonsense, then they came up with it themselves. And he kind of sits and he actually, can you hear me? That? And he like, I want to confirm something. And like he passes it next to himself, and he looks like he pulls up a chair alongside you, Arden. And he looks to the inner circle of the 3D diamond donut shape, and he looks and he sees if there's a name, and he's like, "Huh, it really is there."
But
the elves talk about the land they come from, and he pushes it back to you and like taps his finger to the inside of the circle, like the interior circle of the donut. And
the
innie. The innie circle of the donut like is a white colored wood, like on this wooden diorama there, each piece of continent is like, each country is like different colored. This is completely like frozen white, and it's called Ogid. OGID. And you're just kind of left with this unsettling feeling in this building that like it was once a temple to you, and now you're just kind of feeling uncomfortable with it, and you're like getting a growing sense of unease, Arden, until someone kind of like Sorry.
Oof.
You hear a notification sound, and
hi, I can tell you this since you're involved, but I'm not allowed to explain what it means.
Oh, great.
So
information is good.
Admin boys, the engineers, and it's kind of out of my hands, really. They're giving me info related to the fact that I'm still in on the ticket. It's not the crafting team's fault. They put in the specs as you requested. The dev didn't change it, and there was no maleficent or malicious changing, and there was definitely no entity on TABRA that changed it. Well, this might change a little bit. The runtime changed it.
The runtime?
The entity that is the runtime changed it, yes.
I'm not sure how I like the fact that processes can think and do as they please. Because now I want to get the task manager. Like the end all be all.
Now, I'm not allowed to talk. Well, I'm allowed to tell you within reason. The admin section's already told me I'm allowed to tell you this answer, and I'm also allowed, according to certain questions you ask me, I'm not allowed to tell you what questions to ask.
So the question is, so you know what did it? Do you have an answer as to why they did it?
Oh no, that is way above my pay grade.
Cool.
How about an answer as to how it was done?
Oh, the runtime can do anything.
I'm not sure I like that thought.
Can you tell us what the runtime is? Is it like an entity, a race, a program?
Let me just circle over on what is essentially to you guys that are gonna understand is the Slack, and that's what I can say about this. Okay, cool. Next to nothing. Thanks, admin team. It is what it is. The runtime is what. Give me 5 minutes, so and like he gets type.
He begins typing rather like furiously to the admin team, and he circles back in on you after about 5 minutes.
So, the runtime, I have been allowed to tell you that the runtime runs.
Runtime runs.
I am not allowed to tell you which places you can ask about, but you can always ask me about places you've been. You know, even before I started talking to you.
You know what? I don't want to. Because it's just going to lead to more confusing questions.
Ignorance is bliss.
The runtime runs everything in the existence of TABRA. Or, what is their word? Yeah, thanks, Admin. In the Grand Cosmelios of TABRA, which is all that those Tabrans understand of TABRA and its outer stars, and that is, the runtime runs that. The runtime also runs everything here.
It runs physical reality.
It is the operating system.
It's destiny?
Where's my paracausal abilities then?
The runtime is the... I'm allowed to say that? Okay, thanks. The runtime is a non-deterministic entity which empowers the constant processing of all things as seen fit by the developer. Yeah, the developer.
And yet the developer did not sign off the changes.
The developer definitely signed off. He's very intimate with the runtime.
Shit.
Things just keep getting weirder. Can we just load back to a previous save state?
I don't have one of those guys. That's actually one of the tooltips that's given to you from the tooltip menu that there are no saves. This doesn't really work like that.
Can we get a reload, maybe?
There are... Though much of this is styled like a game, this is a 100-man run, let's say.
Ah, RuneScape, you old bastard.
Can you translate that for us younger generations here?
Wait, you don't know RuneScape?
I know of it.
An Iron Man mode run in any game from Earth, I've been told, as many Earth people like to tell me of their experiences and what they perceive as similarities between games. I have not personally talked many games. Is a single run where you do not get more than one life, and when you die, and the game's done.
Permadeath, okay.
It's a permadeath, right? Yes, that's another term I've heard before.
Well, we already know death ain't permanent with the Third Life program coming up on us, so...
I have never said anything about a Third Life program to you.
Gosh, we're homebrewing.
I'm pretty sure we're just trying to cope with the fact that eventually we will die again, and want to live on again.
Oh, dang it.
I can tell you nothing... I can tell them this? Okay, thanks. I can tell you nothing in this building is malicious, and actually that could be the farthest from this. It may be unsettling, it may be strange and foreign to you. It will be. It actually should be extremely familiar to you, if you thought about it for... I'm not allowed to say that? Okay. It should be familiar-ish to you. Anyways, nothing in this building is intended for anything but beneficial to you. And to anyone who comes here.
Yeah, it's just... Wow.
No, vampires.
Yeah, so
yes,
if you guys want to talk about that next, if you want to talk about that next, yeah, what do you want to ask me?
Oh, nothing. I'm just changing the entire conversation because I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
Enough of what? Exactly. Let's kill vampires.
Yeah, I think we've done as much as we're gonna do. Time for us to move on. Thanks for your help, Juniper.
What I'm allowed to tell you, as you can relate to the other people, is you can explain everything except what's, you can explain everything if you can make sense of it. If you can make sense of the writing, they probably won't understand the plan, so. You guys might. You can definitely explain to them that, their understanding doesn't affect, Cosmelios implications. So she's having a panic attack. I can see that from her readout. Maribel is likely undergoing a lot of death, and she's going to begin questioning a lot of things. Which is actually a perfectly healthy thing to do when you were confronted with a piece of information. Confirm her in only the things that you are confident in. Let her continue branching out, and Rearbrand is having an opposite reaction. He's very angry. And I think actually he's beginning to... well, anyways, gotta go, guys.
Well, this is totally not a problem.
Rearbrand is looking at all three of you, like, talking to each other, but occasionally when you reply, you look up, like, and he's like... He's finally had enough of it, and he just kind of, like, picks up and slams the, like, diorama on the desk. And, like, that's, like, closer to the center of the room. And he just kind of, like, looks at the rest of you. If you know something, I would appreciate an answer.
Congratulations, you have learned a world-altering secret.
Doesn't seem like this shocked any of you too much.
I'm very go with the flow.
That thing shocked the hell out of me, yes. I'm pointing to the donut.
That's actually a lie. I don't believe that.
I got hit by trauma before seeing that, so it hasn't really registered yet.
You know,
I think the only thing we can say is that a powerful entity decided to adjust the things I planned, and that nothing here was done with malicious intent, and if anything was intended to be beneficial. to
in the long run.
people who come here.
He will walk downstairs and take another look at the plinth, and like he motions to like crack the glass and pick up the stone on the plinth. Like
No, don't try to break it, please.
Why?
It's glass. It's gonna shatter. Try picking up the casing first. See if it detaches from the marble.
Yeah, let's...
He's like he motions to you to look at it, and how like the glass seems to fuse with the stone at the bottom.
Well, then we probably shouldn't break it. Something made it this way. Let's not touch it.
I'm gonna take a closer look at that, whatever that rubble is, that stone is, because.
Have you ever built a building before?
No, the character definitely not.
I've played the Sim.
Have you your character ever built any, like, if any of you ever, like, in any on Earth or on your in your character's like experience in life and what jobs they did, any of you built a building in your town, your hometowns?
On TABRA, wood buildings, not stone.
I live on a river. I build boats.
Now, mind you, I've probably spent a lot of time on YouTube watching random crap, so.
Stone Age living.
But other than that, no, I would not. My character would not have any direct building experience.
This is a weird angular shaped stone, and like it takes him looking at it a little bit, and he's going to roll to a DC of 13 with his tins and tins insights. Like he has nothing plus this, it's just 2d10 insights. And that's what Rearbrand is going to look at this with.
That's not great.
Nope.
And he just looks at it like... Then he looks back at the actual stone itself, like he can't make sense of the shape. But then he looks at it, and he looks very strongly at it. Same DC, but he's trying to figure out what the stone itself is. Oh, my bad. Well, I've got one conclusion, and he goes and sits down, like, upstairs, like, he leaves the room. Mon'ja, you and Arden are downstairs in that room, and, like, you're the only people downstairs left in that room, that completely stark white marble room.
Uh-huh.
I'm heading out. This is...
He sits down and, like, it's Jasper. Or unrefined Jasper.
Okay, I know that's a kind of mineral.
It's a gemstone. Well, you crack open a rock, and it's what's inside.
Okay. Don't know why it would be...
Is Jasper a sacred material for any deity?
It's sometimes associated with Walker.
Alright, well...
And like he kind of sits back and doesn't really like think much more on that, and he kind of continues to look at the donut of Ojin, and like he calls for Maribel, and like, someone get her something to eat. Get her out of this room back to the main portion of the building. People are going to be asking questions, and someone needs to be in the front of the building. Actually, keep her back here. I'll go out.
Yeah.
He pauses and sets a hand on your chest, Arden, and he says, "Can you make sense of the implications of this?" And he like points at the donut.
I mean, I can take a pretty wild guess.
Then you two walk her through it. I'm gonna go sit in the front of the church in case anybody stops by. And he like
goes and picks up like the music paper that she handed him and like begins reciting it. And as the wall turns like solid, and he like goes back out to the building and rests his finger on the bell of the statue, the little statue that rings its bell, and stops it from ringing, and the wall turns solid again rather quickly. And he's sitting out front in the front of this temple.
Honestly, I don't know how much comforting I can be with her because that is just stupidly ridiculous. I keep just circling back around and having this, and the only response I can give, well, of course it's magic. The rest of it just makes no sense.
I think I can talk her through it.
Oh, I was about to say, Arden, Arnvid, you're alone down in that room. Do you still want to be alone down there?
Oh, you said it was only Arden and Mon'ja down there. I thought I was upstairs.
Okay, well, in that case, yeah, you guys are all upstairs, and the room is left alone. Did you try to like, were you gonna go back and like try and translate any more of those walls?
I mean, I'll screenshot them and try and translate them later.
Yeah, that'll work. And you screenshot the plinth.
Actually,
yeah, I can talk her through it. At least get her to calm down.
Actually, Mon'ja's probably going to be around the tourist because this genuinely freaking makes him curious.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the pause button so you guys can see it. But this is what you're seeing on that wooden statue.
Is it rotating like so?
Yeah, it's figured as so. And there's a little like interior white strip where like it says Ojid, and there's a weird almost looks like a dark band. And it's not clear if that's like a trench, like where the water gets deeper, or an island, or a circular mass of land intersecting. You're not sure what that dark band off the that isn't on Gald and isn't Ojid is.
It's the red line.
Yeah, it's the red line. It's where
that's
the One
Piece is
Grand
located.
line.
It's the Grand Line where the One Piece is. Yeah. And you're just kind of left. You're kind of left looking at that, and you're like, huh.
Just sitting and just like one legs crossed over the other, one hand in his chin, and he's just scratching his head, like looking at this. It's like it's a donut. The dev made a donut. The dev was hungry.
And she looks up, and she's got like tears in her eyes, and like she's shaking in a way that like the bells that never ring because she's very careful as she moves, like her like kind of occasionally like making like a tinkling sound when she moves. And she finally like looks up with you with like horribly runny face and like snotty nose, Arden, and she's like, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It doesn't make any sense. Supposedly that's the way this world is.
I'll take a seat next to Mirabelle. That thing. That's the world, as we all are seeing it, right? Right?
But the world is supposed to be a round globe. Well,
it's tubular.
But is knowing this gonna stop the sun from rising in the east and setting in the west? No.
She pauses for a second because she doesn't know where east or west is in context of a donut, and she genuinely that only upsets her worse. And she says, "I don't know."
The world will keep moving. Monsters will still keep attacking. And priests will still keep healing people that are in need. This knowledge doesn't affect you in any way, shape, or form.
But if I was wrong about this, what else am I wrong about? And like, she genuinely like seemed upset. Like,
who cares about what you're wrong about? Being wrong is a part of life. You don't know every truth. You just take one step forward at a time, stumbling through Would you like to know every truth? Would you like to know how the world was made?
I know a
Where
lot
gods
of me.
would go if they die?
She doesn't really like you of all people asking that third question. Like she really doesn't like that third question at all. Like that only upsets her, and she looks at you like if the other questions were making her look like more like in the present moment, the last one makes her snap and look at you. Her head snaps to you and looks at you. And she really doesn't even know how to formulate a question to that. But she says, she was about to say, I know there's a lot of mean priests in Theod that I don't want to know what they think about. And then you ask the question, do you want to know where gods go when they die? And like, it upsets her so much she can't finish that sentence.
Really? You went there?
Life, we're not going to find every answer. Doesn't matter who we ask or what happens. What matters is we just keep moving forward.
Life finds a way, as Mon'ja says. She takes a deep breath and like, I'm not gonna make you roll because she trusts you almost implicitly, and then she asks you, why would Key show us this now?
It wasn't Key.
Well then, how do we know it's true? I mean, if it's some weird ritual, it could be. You said you learned this in an elven ruin. It could just be. I know. Rearbrand mentioned that the elves like to talk about this. Maybe it's just an old elven kind of building, and elves leave things like this in their elven buildings, and this is just how they think about the world.
Mirabelle, life is silly.
Does that really matter, though? Does that affect how you're going to live tomorrow? How are you going to treat the people you've lived with in this village your whole life? Or are you just keep on going?
There's a pro to this.
No, it's not going to affect her. She looks up at you and she's very resolute. They're like, no, I know what I'm going to do, and I know where we have to go, and we have to leave tomorrow. Because the mayor spoke to me when I was leaving the tavern, so we have to leave early in the morning. No, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter related to a vampire. And like she kind of like claps her cheeks and like looks. She doesn't want to look at it anymore, but she says, "Hey, I won't tell Rearbrand if you tell me." And she like leaned over to she walks over to Mon'ja, who's looking at the diorama.
You know, before she said, you know, at least you know where the borders are.
That asks more. I don't even know what to do with that question, that statement. I don't know what all that implies either. You can tell me if you want to, and I won't tell Rearbrand. And she like points to like Ojin, and she says, I know you guys speak a different language. Do you possibly know someone from here? And she like points to Ojin.
No, baby. I don't. I think that's what might function as the polar caps. I mean, that's all Winter Wasteland, yeah.
I don't know much about it. I just know that Rearbrand heard an elf talk about it at length.
Can I do a insight check to see if I know anything? Have I heard stories?
Yes. Like, because it's gonna be insight check if you've heard an elf talk about it. Now the elves are rare nowadays, especially after everything has happened.
I mean, I'm not even asking for an elf. I'm just asking for stories.
Oh yeah, because the story will outlive the culture. So yeah.
Yep. Hey, almost a crit.
Actually, I'll give it to you that you actually had an elf on the boat once, like a very disheveled looking young man, he looked young. Elves can be looking young no matter how old they are, with like very dark eyes, which is a unique thing for an elf. he seemed to want to be left alone a lot. And it was only when he was drunk that you were able to extract any info from him. He was apparently a student in one of their temples. And they have 4 gods, the elves do. The father god and his 3 daughters of virtue. And supposedly, the father came from so supposedly the father came from the like Ojid, and sailed and led the elven people away from Ojid to the land of plants and greenery. And there is an ancient tale that he used to tell, and he told it like it was a horror story, that they wandered in the snows forever, and whenever they looked up, they saw only more snow. That stars were new and wonderful and beautiful to them and their people. And that's why stars are sacred to the elves. Because when they wandered in Ojid, there were no stars.
I mean,
there were only endless frosts forever.
I mean, given the position, that tracks. I mean, when you're stuck that core ward, that much into the interior, I mean, seeing the stars would be difficult. So yeah. Honestly, I met an elf, and I tell her the story that he heard. I mean, that's essentially all that I know about it. But then again, that's still just stories. And that's very much going to be off the beaten path for where we're going.
Yeah.
Like, though, let's be fair, chances are there's some ancient super weapon there, and we don't want to go there. Probably Bahamut or something. And he just casually just drops. Yeah, the DM, the dev probably has like he doesn't say that out loud, but he thinks it. The dev probably has like a fucking Omega weapon or something over there. It's like, aha, you must fight the Ruby weapon now.
And he kind of like. Like, all you remember is that there are 4 elven deities, and I'll type out this info. So far from you like from recalled from lore text. I'll write this out. You know that the deity of the kobolds is Snarl.
Yep.
Deity of cleverness of the goblins is Grak. 4 deities of the elves. A father of wisdom and his 3 daughters of virtue. And they are, in order, Ald, which is the first month. Uarine, which is the daughter of truth. And then they kind of they're separated by all the other deities of the other living months. They come at the end month, so the daughters are separated. His closest daughter is Uarine, his oldest daughter supposedly, and his other 2 daughters in the months. They are the 8th and 9th month of the year. Edict, the daughter of law or justice. And Ime, or the month you know is Imember, which is the daughter of peace. And like all you get from that is basically that supposedly the legend is that he came to Gaul, he came to Tabra, the main continent of Tabra, from Ojid, and he led them in boats of light. Like that was the thing that the guy on the boat stressed. Like he stressed how beautiful and wonderful, and that all the priests, like the older priests who were killed by the demons when he was younger, used to stress these beautiful tales of like, he led us on boats of light with wisdom. He led us on boats of light with wisdom. He led us to a land of stars and plants, and forever we draw plants and stars. For plants were new to us, and the stars were freedom, and we felt like we were going to fall.
Interesting.
And that's all you know. And how far in our this session are we?
We're getting pretty far into it.
10:30.
Yeah. We're about 3 hours and 30 minutes, so we have another 30 minutes if you guys want to keep going. But like she has this kind of like it's about 1:30 in the morning for everybody, and she's kind of like, I'm getting kind of tired, guys. I remember the notes. I'll remember them. I have a pretty good ear for music. Don't worry, I'm not going to be trapped in here. I need to rest if we're going to be traveling early in the morning, and she kind of want to take my mind off of this, and she goes and finds like the bed all the way in one of the corners and like lays down. The corner is specifically opposite from that stairwell. She doesn't want to go down there. She hasn't been down there.
Fine.
Huh. Still though.
And it's just you three.
Yep. I'm gonna go look at the weird walls. So he's gonna go downstairs.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and raw tell you, which I don't like to do as a GM, but you have not had your encounter with this entity, so you ain't gonna see from those special angles that our buddy boy Arnvid can. That is the thing that he only was able to do because he succeeded a roll and he has encountered that entity.
So it's like she just comes back like 5 minutes. It's like, the walls are just weird writing. It's just Elvish. Whatever. You're weird, man.
Remember the tavern?
Yeah.
It's related to that.
You bugged out, and now the walls are bugged for you. Do the walls have eyes?
Arnvid is going to visibly flinch at that, then turn and walk to a bed.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay. Are you gonna lay down for the night, Arnvid?
I'm gonna take my 5, then go punch some trees.
Okay. Well, we'll visit when you go take your 5. What are you doing before you turn in? Arden and Mon'ja? Because he's only gonna take him 5 minutes to sleep, but I need to address that in a second.
I would say, fuck it. If we might as well go ahead and bed down here.
Both of you are awake when you all kind of just sit in your bed and you're doing whatever happens in 5 minutes. It takes you time to enter that state. You don't suddenly just lay down in bed and just conk out 5 minutes and then conk out. It takes you, the same amount of time it takes a person to get to sleep, but you only need 5 minutes to sleep. Arnvid? The thing is, you don't want to close your eyes. Because you get in the bed and you kind of roll around and your face is like looking down in the pillow. And when you close your eyes, you see the statue in the space that it would be in the room below. And the statue rotates towards you.
Nope.
I'm going to flip it off and then just face upwards, try and catch my breath.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I thought weakling angels couldn't move when you see them. Fucking Doctor Who.
You guys are just all sitting in this back room hearing him talk to himself in his bed. He's not going to come back in anytime during this night. He's staying outside the front. Rearbrand is like occupying like, front-facing questions, he will like give you a secret signal when it's time to like come out and it's clear. So no one like is in this building, like occupying this building. He's gonna wake you up fairly early at like 4 o'clock because he realizes most people will pour into this building knowing it's new. So you have like 3 hours to get some sleep. You notice he's doing a lot of tossing and turning, and when you lay down and try and close your eyes facing up, where this bell is, so you're in the back of this building, right? Facing up, when you close your eyes and in the void of closed eyes and the black space that happens when you close your eyes, you think you see nothing, and then you see a little orange ball, and it like nictates like a nictating membrane, and then there's a large black like slit that looks down at you. I would say the cultural reference of what you feel like you're looking at is an eye of Sauron.
No.
Sorry, this is dictated towards who?
It nictates, which means there's a clear liquid membrane that like blinks
Which
for it.
Which member of the party is this dictated towards?
You. When you try and roll over in the bed and you're no longer looking face down into the pillow and seeing the weird statue below you, when you close your eyes, you decide, I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna completely 180. You lay down flat in your bed, looking up, and you see an eye where the bell is in the bell tower. Like you don't see anything else in the
flip that one
background.
off too and lean over onto my side and try to sleep there uncomfortably.
Yeah. You're looking at the wall now. You're looking at the wall that is facing you. How do I say this without being mean?
A beholder pops out of the wall? Is that what
The short version, you're not sleeping here. Get out.
Like 19 eyes all blink and alternating like almost like a musical pattern if you cared to see a rhythm, if you cared to look long enough to see a rhythm in it. 19 eyes are like looking at you on this wall in like no particular reasonable arrangement.
Double flip off. Turn to my other side.
Farther away.
I'm sleeping outside.
Farther away. So you have looked up, you have looked down, you have looked to your right. You try and lay on your other side. Farther away is the other wall of this back room. And another set of eyes, you don't care to count them because they're far away, arranged on the other wall, all begin to blink and chime at you.
Mr. Sandman.
Can I turn my bed, then try the other two sides?
Yeah. So you try the back wall, which again doesn't work. There's another set of eyes that's like all like a ring, like a long strip along the back wall. When you close your eyes, and you like everyone sees you doing this weird, like insane thing of like moving this bed into the middle of this like long row of beds, like you like rotating your bed for no damn reason. Everyone sees you doing this. Before you go for the sixth side. So there's only up, down, left, right, back, and now forward to where the false wall is.
Can I sleep now?
Yes. Looking out, when you close your eyes, you don't see eyes. You can clearly see, even with closed eyes, the arch where the door in the temple is through the false wall. Like you just see black. It's not like you close your eyes and you're still seeing hollow images. You just see the black void of closed eyes. Except your mind can make out where the arch is, because there's something shining through the arch, but it's not another one of this weird entity's eyes or the statues. It's the Northern Star. It's Polaris. And it's extremely comforting, and I'll turn off the creepy music.
Yay!
Once I get my 5 minutes, I'm going to flip Mon'ja's bed for no reason, and then walk out.
You bitch!
Fuck you for mentioning eyes.
Sleep outside, you dick!
I'm already done sleeping. Now I need to punch something.
Like, have you considered a mirror? Damn it.
Just gonna walk out.
I think this is good music, yeah.
I'm not hearing anything currently.
There we go. That's because I had it muted.
There we go. So, DM, hype math. You said we had, what, 3 hours?
Yeah.
God, hype math. That's gonna be the new thing.
1 hour is 600 hype, getting 1 hype per 6 seconds, correct?
Yeah.
Times 3.
It's about an hour in when, like, he can hear you outside, so he, like, comes out of the doors. Like, and you can hear these giant temple doors opening, and, like, he comes outside and he says, "Couldn't get any sleep, huh?"
Not in that place, no. Not easily, at least.
Something I should know?
If I told you, you would never want to use that place again.
When you don't tell me like that, I still don't want to use it, so...
A fair point. Although, what you might imagine, it's not near the truth. Whether that's better or worse is up to you to decide.
The truth is rarely as comforting as we like to think. And, like, he kind of, like, rocks back on his heels and, like, kind of, like, uses his walking stick to steady him, and Rearbrand kind of looks at you, and as you just kind of continue to slam and make a rhythmic slamming into it, and he notices that you're positioned such that you can look up and see the North Star, the Polaris. And he looks at himself and thinks of saying something. He looks back to you and he says, "When you're young, it's easy to believe that any truth you find will be a comforting truth. Like Maribel."
Truth can hurt. I learned that lesson a long time ago.
Yeah, it can. There's truths that, once they are past, you can't ignore them, like the people you love are dead. And, he just kind of, like, looks up at the star. There's truths like, he can overcome darkness, and he, like, he, like, gestures to you and, like, holds out a hand. He's, like, opening his hand, like he's kind of, like, you are the example that he is speaking of. And then there's truths we can't possibly reckon what the significance of them are. And he looks up at the star.
Ain't that the truth?
So whatever the truth is, I don't need to know it, but I can tell you're more significant than just a random champion. He has had plenty of paladins and heroes and divine warriors. I can tell you mean the lands well, even if you were going about it in an absolute idiot way.
You have any suggestions on how to do better? Might want to give it to the other two.
When you say that, he kind of turns away. He looks off to the, like, hillside. I spent 40 years trying to do it better. No, I don't. But I can tell you something, son. Considering the fact that you laid down in bed for all of 20 minutes. I used to be like you.
Till you took an arrow to the knee?
Damn you. Like, you can be so angry and so fully convicted that what you're doing is right that you burn out every other emotion. You can be so disturbed and troubled when you close your eyes that you... Like, he sits down, and he gestures for you to sit down if you want to, and, like, he doesn't know if you're going to. He, like, curls his feet up, and, like, he sits cross-legged on the early morning grass. The late night grass, early morning.
The punching is therapeutic. I'll continue, but give him a nod.
He speaks a little loud since he's like vertically different distance from you now. He kind of, well, you can only be sad for so long until you begin to hate the way that you're feeling, and you don't want to feel that way anymore. But when you're in a bad place, there's only a few emotions you can pick from if you're being honest with yourself, and well, you only have you sometimes, and so being honest with yourself is better than the alternative of being delusional. So you pick from another one of the emotions you have, which is usually you're frustrated, and so you want to be angry. And he looks at you like slamming into the tree. But then you can only be angry for so long until you start lashing out at people, and then you look for another emotion, and you're still trying to be honest, and then you feel around in that bag, and there's not many options left in that bag. You sift through a few of them for sure, but you occupy yourselves in the moments you're around people with the better ones that you can pick from, the honest ones. Enjoy drinking with someone, you're engaged, you're learning something you haven't, you're curious, and then, you know, that if you're working from the wrong place, it's not a deep fire that's burning, it's a little candle that gets light every couple of days. Until you don't really feel anything. Just certainty of what you felt before. Stop me if any of this sounds familiar. It definitely is where I'm coming from.
To be honest, it's hitting a little too close to home.
Well, I spent 40 years angry at what happened to my town, son. It didn't fix anything that happened in my town. And I killed a lot of the monsters. It didn't ever make it where I stopped seeing my town when I closed my eyes. So, when you close your eyes and you want to be something other than what you're being, maybe not the solution. When you want to avoid it, when you want to look away, you look where you've got to look. And if I can give you the second piece of info that's really important on this, because I've learned something being around her, and when I adopted her, when she was left alone by whoever left her, and took Maribel in, I wasn't expecting the change in my life. Wasn't really expecting anything. I had stopped expecting much. And then people surprise you. People say things. You figure you spend most of your time teaching them, training them. They're going to be images of what you gave them and what you shaped them with. And then they surprise you that they're so much more than what you gave them, and that people aren't just what forms them or what made them. They are themselves too, and they get to choose. And Maribel always chose to look at something worthwhile. What you focus on is not easy when you close your eyes and you're pulled back to a place. But there was a time before all the 40 years where I closed my eyes and I didn't always see the town burning. Sometimes I saw the well, and sometimes I saw my room, and sometimes I saw the tavern, and sometimes I saw my family laughing. And you can be very, very, very sad or very, very angry, and you can keep going back to it, and sometimes you'll be dragged there whether you want to or not. And you need to look at it when it drags you there. But if all you ever look at and all you are ever dragged back to is the town burning, eventually you will go through all the options I did. You have to remember, or at least believe, like she says, for it to be possible, even. You have to really believe, and I don't know how to make that happen. I've listened to the kid, and I've tried my best. I'm my damnedest, but my third piece of advice, kid. I mean, you're not a kid, sorry. What's the habit? Talking to her. She's not a kid either. My last piece of advice is that you are like a wheel going down a road. It's not so much that there are things that are impossible for you, but it gets damn hard to drive the wheel up out of the rut the deeper the rut has been driven. It's not impossible, but it gets a lot damn harder. So if the walls are forming around you, make the leap while it's still a little hill. And he gets up and he walks off back into the temple, unless you continue punching the tree.
I'll punch until the party gets me.
Yeah, it's about 4:30 when everyone has woken up. The outer edges of the town are waking up, and people are like, he has basically told you to prep, and like you've had 15 minutes to prep, and you're currently in the front of the temple. No one's left in the back of the building. And you're kind of getting ready, and Maribel looks groggy, like she hasn't gotten enough sleep. She only slept for like 3 hours. I'm really not ready to walk all day, and like he kind of slaps her on the back and like, you always wanted to leave town. I'll be back. I'll be back, Brandon. I'm sure you will. He's really not that sure. Arden, when you look at him, Arnvid too, when you're in the room when he talks to her, he doesn't speak with the conviction of a person that is like 100 dead set that like it will go well. But he doesn't give her anything with the notion that he believes that she'll do well. And he pushes open the door and says, "Oh, people are in town and they'll be coming up the hill in give it about 20 minutes and they'll be all oohing and awing at this new temple, so it's about time for you to leave."
We gotta get going. Find you some people who are worthy of that back room.
I'll try.
You don't need to be here by yourself.
He kind of shrugs and he says, and she turns around and like, "I shouldn't be telling you this since there's no one to look after the temple but you, but he's not wrong, you don't need to be alone." And she says, "I rescind the promise that you made me. You can go to the tavern at nights. Just try not to overdrink." And he nods, he says, I promise I won't. Sun's getting up, and you guys need to go. And like he kind of looks at Mon'ja, who's like still like half asleep, and he like thumps you in the back of the heel. Get on the road.
No.
He gives you that wily stink old man eye.
Stare back at him with hatred. The kind of hatred you can only sum up when you had too little sleep.
It's this I figured out how to explain to everyone that we waved you off with a big goodbye. And he gestures. You don't seem that tired, and he looks at Arnvid. Carrying your friend out. He seems to be really needing his beauty sleep. And then like, I will send you guys to the world map.
I'm used to getting up for farm work, even though I'm short on sleep.
Fighting God. We are fighting God today.
Speaking of fighting, you guys are going to be making some traveling rolls with Maribel, and let's see how you do. Let's see this travel roll.
Do we want to pause here? Because if we hit something on the travel roll, we won't have time to do it.
It is 11 o'clock.
Yep. It is 11 o'clock. It's at 3:45. We've only been streaming for three and usually I do it at 4 o'clock on the dot. So if you guys have 15 minutes that you cashed in for, so you want to keep going?
Y'all want to take the extra 15?
No, I need to cash out and go. I got work in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a natural stopping point, you know.
Okay, cool. And we will literally pick up traveling to Vorken next time and entering Vorken.
Assuming we don't roll well.
Assuming you don't roll well, or you roll too well or something. I don't know.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, you roll too well, and they're like I have to have like my table of like cool fun thing that you run into.
And we do that every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah!
I'm excited for if you thought that this was a mind-boggling session, just know that when you hopefully you get into Vorken and it doesn't eat up all 4 hours of you traveling. I can't see it ever taking that long unless you guys literally just hit combat after combat after combat.
It doesn't have to be combat. It could be general threats as well.
It could be general threats or like something rolling off the mountain bumping into you.
No, we're gonna swing north to Costin just to fuck with the DM.
But like, if you thought today was buck wild with all the questions that it raised, when you enter Vorken, all bets are off. I have to go get screenshots of like even something remotely reasonable for Vorken, which means I need to play some Bloodborne and I need to go look at Soul Eater.
No.
I'm looking for Soul Eater screenshots and Bloodborne.
That's not a good combination.
No. Yeah. We have to deal with the Kishin.
Well, you know. How do you feel after that? Everybody, have a good night. Thank you. Goodbye.
Blah.
Night stream.
Fight me.